Let's get it. Vaughners. Is it Vaughners? Like, do I just skip the 6? I have no clue. Everyone's name is so unique. What's up, bro? How are you, man? Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up? Jeez,
Nothing. Just give me one.
that is the first time I've talked all day.
Like, what do you mean? Like, use your voice?
Yeah.
Wow.
Everything at the doctor was through a machine. Me and the nurse didn't say a word.
You like what? Is it serious? Hope it's not
No, no,
serious.
no, no, no.
Cool,
I'm
cool.
chilling.
All
Only
right.
serious thing I got is a carpal tunnel.
Oh yeah, me too, man. Don't worry. I'm getting old, but gotta take care of your muscles, man. Stretch and work out.
I do.
Okay. So let's get started. I just asked. I'm gonna ask you. I know you watch my streams all the time, but
Yep.
you've watched my VODs before. You watched my streams, so
Yep.
we'll kind of skip through that. But you kind of know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna watch you play, so you can share your screen, and then just give me one. So what's going on here? What the fuck? Okay. And then just for the stream, let them know what's your current. You can queue up. You can queue a rank game while we talk.
All right.
Uh,
I'm currently Diamond 2, and my peak is Diamond 2. I
nice,
hit my
nice,
peak last episode, and I haven't been able to get past it, but this is the closest I've gotten
nice,
is
nice.
53 RR.
Good,
Here's what my career is currently looking like.
good. Well, one thing I'll say is if you're already back to where you were on the and it was the reset, you're off to a good start.
Oh
So
yeah, I fully push that toward luck because I placed gold 3.
yeah, it's not luck, bro. It's just kind of how the game works. Once you hit a certain rank, it's easier to hit that rank again. Usually that's how it goes.
Yeah,
Just because of the
I
hidden
feel like
MMR stuff like that.
yeah, I feel like hitting 1, like Diamond 1 is a lucky plat 3. Diamond 2 is someone who's diamond. Same goes for every other rank.
I mean, me, I tell all my students like your rank doesn't matter. Okay, your true skill matters. Like somebody could be immortal, but they play like a plat. Their true skills plat, right? So,
Yeah,
you really got to focus on improving your skills sets, all of them, not just aim.
yeah.
So just don't worry about your rank. Like you don't know how many people cry to me about their rank and them losing streak. Like I'm like, bro, you guys are worrying about the wrong thing. You're never
No,
ever,
see,
yeah,
I don't care if I lose. I just want to be better.
yeah, and that's the key. Like don't focus on winning your ranked games or losing. Okay, you need to just learn from them and really, really just like I said, just improve your overall true skill. Right? You probably
Yeah.
seen it where there's so many diamond players where they play like you know maybe even higher than their rank. So their true skills like ascendant 3, but they're in diamond because they're hard stuck for some whatever reason. It goes both ways, but you really, really gotta
I
focus
see
on
recon.
your skills. So what's your main rank?
What do you mean? Main
Sorry, not
rank?
not main rank. Sorry,
Oh,
main role. I meant.
uh, I mainly play controller. I've recently been playing initiator. I
Okay.
don't I don't like the Reyna pick. Reyna.
I would I would just recommend you just play controller, but it's okay. There was already a controller. It's fine. No, so
Yeah,
I mean it's ranked, so Reyna's still viable. It's fine. It's not like pro play.
I still don't like Reyna picks because they don't benefit the team really, and
Right.
they don't have entry at
Yep.
all.
100% agree, but it's ranked. Like no, it's not that big of a deal. You just
I see.
gotta comps don't matter as much in ranked games. It's more of
Yeah,
a team atmosphere, pro play stuff.
I'd rather have that Yoru
Of
or
course, you'd rather have a jet where
especially
you're
the Jet. Yeah.
even an ISO, right? But there are some good Reina players too, so you gotta just you
Chamber,
know.
if you want to throw your TP or something
Okay,
here, I
so
can stun upside.
I'm not gonna talk to you. No micromanaging. Good luck.
Yep.
Don't be nervous, okay? Don't get in your head and anything. Just play like I'm not here, okay? Good luck.
I'm already in my own head enough,
No, no,
so
don't,
we'll
don't.
see.
Don't be.
All right, yeah. I'm gonna stun left side.
All right, let's get
I'm
started. But meow
Yeah.
for one gifted.
You want me to hold it or
Yeah,
like peek
right.
late?
to try and peek late. If I hear anything on left, I will stun it though.
I'm just gonna stand on pillar.
There they are. Concussing!
It's behind though. Fuck.
Astra mid.
Kimber was B. Two B.
Running up B long. Two up B.
Yep.
Spike down B. Spike is B.
Chamber could fall on
110.
calls.
Yoru.
Yoru's at 50.
Yoru's 110.
Last
Chamber's
player
back calls,
standing.
guys on site. Your roof fell back to main.
Concealment. Spike planted.
They're standing next to each other. Be
These
careful.
comms are pretty good. Specific. You're dead ass. Lol.
Obscuring vision. One enemy remaining.
Let's try.
Nice try. Oh, I should have gotten a little damage there. Just went two of them.
I think he
wasn't ready
should
to
have
fight.
waited if he's gonna play that spot on B. He should just tuck and just wait. Or just go link. But I would have went back calls. Cause the smoke was up, so he had some time. That's me though. Let me just lock in a little bit. Okay, so round 2 is probably not gonna be too crazy of a round.
Let's see where all can I flash through to. Okay.
I hear a lot A.
Chamber, if you see anything, tuck and I can flash.
I think it's A.
Yeah.
How old are you, Perks? I'm
Yeah.
28, turning 29.
Are they committing? Alright.
Yes.
Looks like it. I haven't
Outside.
seen anything yet.
I'm fast rotating.
Spike planted.
I stunned your back.
I have a good flank.
Chamber's close.
Never mind. They know. Wow.
Good kill.
One's
I think they're down.
Last player standing.
Nothing crazy here.
Left.
Dude, that jet just
How did
sold
that
it.
get?
Decent bonus.
Yikes.
Breach.
I guess I just got the schmoves.
All shiny buttons.
Apparently.
If I would have got the go to, that would have been kind of crazy.
Okay.
Jimmy, you should try and,
starts B,
like,
starts
keep your TP here, that way you
B.
can tuck here.
Okay.
Yoru's
Because
probably gonna go grab
Flash,
A.
I do
line
wanna
up
flash it as
from
well.
Link.
I need
Or
a jump spot
main.
for now. Two
Jets
out.
B.
Enemy B.
I'm gonna wait a second flash. Flashing out.
Enemy B.
Jets up, I think.
They're in, yeah.
Jets
back
back calls.
all.
Defeated.
one back call.
One enemy remaining.
Last back
Backside,
all.
backside.
Back.
Spike down B.
This might be a little
Okay,
too
70.
loud.
Flash out.
Nice job.
Nice.
Let me know if the audio's too loud. Yes. No, pretty good.
Their crew got
Good
sloppy.
aftershock.
I'm
Good aftershock
gonna
there.
play it this round. They've been. Seems like they might try. Because they won both rounds on A, right? Or did they win B round 1? I forgot.
I think they won B pistol round.
Okay, yeah. Maybe they might try defaulting? I'm not sure. We'll see. Once they
Take 'em.
Nothing crazy here.
Any contact? A.
3A. Main.
I'm gonna pass rotate. Since we have no near sight.
Yoru and Astra here.
They're on site.
Planting.
One star.
Spike planted.
I'm waiting for you guys.
Enemy shot down. Concussing. Blinding.
Last player standing.
Nice try.
She swung out of smoke as I was trying to go in.
Yeah, there was a
got
little
knocked
bit weird. He got
All
two
good.
good kills, but then like he's just flashing and stunning church. Like he needs to just use it on main. When the Yoru dies here, there's not really gonna be two people church there. That's probably the one church player guy, in my opinion. It's very rare for them to put two people on church. Like usually.
I have ult in 3.
Oh.
I might try and push up and grab this orb on B if there's nobody here.
Yeah, he should just use it for main.
You
BBB.
want to play? Let's play.
Arena.
Damn it, man.
Leave that back.
Good trade. Planning default.
Spike planted.
One's probably back halls. Asher, can you smoke that?
I'm walling off long.
Alright.
Yoru could be backside.
Revealing area. Found them.
Eat out, I think.
Also, I just realized he's playing Breach on Pro. Like no one really plays Breach on Pro.
There's one
On
back
site,
left.
on site.
Standing.
Alright, I got
Damn.
flashed.
It's all good.
There, he just needs to be.
Trust me, they'll know what hit them.
His aim's
We
not
don't really
bad.
have anything to stall their pushes.
No, we should just play retake. Just play in a spot where we can get out, I think.
His aim isn't bad. His aim's.
So if you
his aim's not
want
bad.
to swing from
It's
art,
more
I
his
can stun
decision
this.
making, in my opinion.
I don't have a gun.
Like he's always caught out.
3A.
4.
You are divided.
Hey,
Ow.
Jets out on site, Karen. Nice. Nice.
Spike down A.
I vault, I vault.
Remaining.
I'm gonna let you guys fight, because I don't have a gun.
Hit 100, hit
Yeah,
100.
Yeah, just hit trip art.
Do we fight? Yeah, we have
Spikes here.
fight. Don't fight, don't fight, don't fight.
He's one.
Chamber, let me know if you want to swing.
Nice.
Nice shot.
Alright.
I don't have to pack heavy. These arms are heavy
Good
enough.
round.
I don't know how I didn't die there.
Your hearts are pounding.
that one was pretty good.
Who saved me from the Astro
One
battle?
thing I'll say is he needs to probably flash out there, not just dry swing out.
I vault for
And
retake if
also,
we want to fast
he
rotate
needs
any
to
side.
hold right side of back
Amber,
side
can you
so
play in pillar
they
and then
know
just
if
keep
the
it
guy
away?
walks down. So that way, if
Yeah.
even if
Fucking
he
yeah.
dies, the chamber will swing
I'm not fighting with you.
on the
I'm
left
baiting you
side.
here.
They need
Yeah,
to
that's fine.
play together a
I
little
guess.
bit better there. a little
just
bit
take
better.
early
Overall, it's pretty good
contact
though.
and TP.
So it's just a little bit more optimally, I would say. They start 3B. See the chamber. Need to ask Reyna here if he
Oh, they clear
clears
you?
more.
Who's next?
Reyna dies.
They have jet and your ult.
He-
More back call.
Back call, back call, back call.
TP.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
I'm trying to dodge the flash in RL. They're both there.
Oh,
Right.
if I would have fucking hit that shot on Sky, I would have made the
That's all
Calastra.
good. Good try.
A bow and arrow is old-fashioned. Sometimes
I
old
could
ways
drop
are
one
best.
if we're buying.
So dead.
Nah. We don't have to force.
I can buy next.
I can drop pistols.
I can sell Go Stinger or Spectre and buy sheriffs for people.
He wants.
I can buy you a sheriff.
Need a drop.
Oof.
Flash
I
would be
think
long.
I'm ready.
Alright, I'm gonna triple up with Sova here.
Authentic.
Good pick, Reyna.
Will be.
Or
I
jet
dash
dash away.
back.
Care. Care. Recalled stars.
I don't see anything be long.
Jets
Mid,
mid.
mid.
Going A, going A.
I've got your trail.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I've identified it's not
Really?
like he might have a little bit of inconsistencies in aim, but
Hunting.
Stay out.
Spike planted.
We have a flat.
4v4
Let me drown.
retake.
Good. I was blind, sir.
Yeah, that's full blind
Oops, I
too.
meant to.
Take flight.
Last player standing.
One secret, one main. I think that was 2R.
Yeah, it's just a decision.
Nope, that
That
was
he has
2R.
a really big problem with. Like, he's just sitting there, art. Like, he needs to just be ready for the retake and just ult. He probably would have maybe had a
Yoru
really
has
good
ult in
chance.
1 again. He might grab Orb on B and then just ult through.
Yeah.
You wanna push it with your ult? Or what do you
Yeah,
wanna
yeah,
do?
so here's what we can do. We can just fucking hard play aggro on B, and if they're here, I'll ult them and we can just run them down.
I'll put a star at the top. I'll put 2 stars. We can try and just cut them off early.
Alright.
We survive.
Yeah, let's hard aggro this. All of us. I should have waited for that ult.
I was just about to write that and he said it. He set up B long, B, 3-man.
Astro starts A.
Reloading.
Planning A,
Planning A.
planning A, planning A.
Spike planted.
Chamber's still mid. Nice.
Timber's lurking, nice. We're up. Play together in 2s.
Oh, they pushed.
I have pushed into spawn.
2-2-2.
Yours probably sitting inside the smoke with that stinger.
Last
Yeah.
player standing.
Nice try.
I'm sorry.
We doing this or what?
Yeah, he should just went with his chamber there. Like they're both already there. And
Your
he just-
ult
he
is down,
just left
Chamber's ult
him.
in one.
He just left him.
I feel like taking that control was good. We can like fake it this round or something and try and force him into A. Get like a breach stun or something over there. Chamber
Alright.
can go aggro.
I can do that. I'm gonna stun at this angle like this.
Who's next?
Yours ulting. B.
Try and...
Back all.
Oh, I just got a face full of flash.
Spike planted.
Not that much sure. He can
Last
use
player
his flashes.
standing.
Wait.
Flawless.
They think they're so secure.
Chamber still has ult in one. Astra has ult in one. We have Astra ult too. Ah.
Let's try and fight for A. Sova, can you dart and me and Reyna can just go up? You guys just play passive on B.
Are
Just
you guys?
like play to get out, Chamber.
Are you guys? Take
Yeah.
that space.
Round 11. Chamber trip is down. He
In the cook,
needs
nice.
to tell his chamber.
Get out.
I dinked one. I
Three,
dinked Astra.
3A.
Starts B. A lot going.
Breach.
I think I dinked Astra. I don't know. They have Sky.
A lot going on A main. Takes.
It could have been Chamber actually. I think it was Chamber.
Or rotate and help.
Yeah, Chamber was there.
He's AFK with
I think Chamber Sky was there.
I saw Astra.
Chamber is
Astra
holding
unknown.
all of B
No, I
main.
saw her.
There's
Oh, okay,
a
okay.
trip-
Then all were there.
They could be
there's a
walking up link.
trip link and
Yeah.
he's holding
Chamber's
still there.
link. Needs to understand.
My trip's B link, but they could go art.
No, you're.
When to take
I don't want to
space.
be long.
Enemy
Astra be
Like he's never taking space. He needs to take space. He's always just kind of AFK. It's
He's
not
going
that
flash
bad,
right
but
side for you.
he needs to like walk down B main, go
Recalled
double
B-longs.
doors, like something, bro. Like they were all
dog.
in.
At least 2B.
I broke dog.
Oh, I'm so ass, dude. Jesus Christ! If you didn't break that dog, I would have killed Sky.
Planting.
They're playing default.
Spike planted. 3 souls.
Nice shot.
One was link.
This guy
Let me
should
play
have
back
been
side.
on
They're
the
probably
first
still
one.
playing main for this. Oh,
Yeah, Astra.
Backside.
You watch it, find it. Last player standing.
Link and back.
Nice try. Yeah, I think the Chamber 108 in the main
Last
fight.
round before the switch.
Save nothing.
It's definitely his. It's a little bit of his aim, but mostly it's his positioning.
Chamber my ult and then just sit
I'm not
back
sure why
on
it
top
took
of
him
ramps.
2 looks to try and attempt to kill that. He should have been dead the first. This guy was AFK. He should have just, or just not reswing. And maybe I'm pretty sure he had a flash. So use a flash. Like
Get out of my way.
this is round 12.
1 aim. Jump spotting A main.
Oh my god, my aim, it's so bad.
All 3B.
Spike planted.
Default plan again. Chamber's probably gonna head down main and just watch that with his ult.
Interesting, interesting.
Last player
I mean,
standing.
like he might be nervous, but I don't know.
Link could have pushed up. Careful. Yeah.
Yikes! This might be a quick game. Lose pistol. It's pretty much
Switching
over. I
sides.
mean, it is over. It's gonna be really hard for them to win.
It seems
They don't have a proper set.
They
yet.
would
just wanna
pistol.
hit A.
It's actually it's still
Stun left
winnable.
side. Astra can smoke. Flowers
If they
and
win the
secret.
bonus, then it's like it's actually really
So,
winnable
like,
if they
in
win
dark-
the
I think we
bonus.
should split.
Round 1 split.
Yeah. I feel like we're not gonna be able to get through a choke like with all of us because Yoru is gonna have like a TP to either site, and then they're probably gonna have like chamber anchoring with the Astra Util. I don't think we're gonna get in all of us through one.
right here.
I'm gonna do it there to clear main.
I want to try.
They're
and
probably
grab
gonna
this
sky
one.
flash for info. Do like mid somewhere.
I don't really have anything good to say about his aim
Scanning
so
ahead.
right now. Moment positioning. Well, it's
No, one push up.
Take the space then.
Alex to take a save.
I think it's like smoke. Careful.
Deploying drone.
Out of charges.
Yoru in
Plant
danger.
the spike.
I put all the
Chamber and
nice
smoke
smokes.
to the left.
Right here.
Hit.
One art, one art, one art.
One enemy remaining. Reloading.
Playing default.
Get on node, I think.
Enemy spotted A. There.
Shock dart. Gun.
Over there. Good round by him. Good flash. Good kill on the Astra. You looked a little bit better there in that turn from that fight.
Flawless.
Thank you.
Nice.
One player.
Yes, my fam, this is how you prove yourselves worthy.
Right here.
I call you Chale because it means you're my friend. But maybe I should call you Kwasia because you follow.
Do you think they're gonna buy sheriffs here?
I might.
I feel like Jet or Yoru might force a deagle, and Chamber has his.
If yours
Chamber's probably
forces
gonna hold.
anything, it'll be a stinger.
Let me just drone B.
Need that
Deploying drone.
Jet backside.
Jet
Can I reach
back
anything
call.
from here? Oh, I can't.
Your
Overall, his
clo-
awareness is
TP,
quite good.
TP.
Overall awareness
here.
is
Wait,
pretty
reach good order.
good.
Scanning ahead.
Yeah, one's left.
obscuring concealment, pulling them in.
Yours here. Unless he TP'd again.
Reloading.
Shock dart.
Onside. Hey. Two back call. Two back call. Two back.
Reloading.
Reloading.
I picked up two. I picked up two. Do you guys want to rotate? Oh, I'm bad.
Yoru back.
Gonna jump spot.
Revealing.
I think
enemy.
Yoru Jet's still back call.
30 seconds left.
They lose this round.
Just Yoru?
This is gonna be so tough.
Has flash out.
Like his chambers.
One flank. One
Flank.
site, two flank. One
Two
site.
side. Last two side.
Last two site. Last two site. Last two.
Jet was towards Link.
One link.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Last link. 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 Link.
10 seconds left.
Reloading.
Spike planted.
I'm not sure why they planned it for long. He's got a son.
Scanning ahead.
Last player
Off,
standing.
off,
I missed. I missed.
Taps. Gets tapped. He had stun and aftershock. Doesn't.
Nicely done.
Yeah, that was like almost lose. Like they probably almost lost the game out that.
I'll do my job, you do yours.
Like, just use your stun. Use some sort of utility there. You're 1 HP. You don't need to swing the guy.
Actually, does someone have a deagle that they saved? No.
No.
I have ult if we just want to ult the hell out.
Yeah,
Actually, no. We should save
I
my
don't
ult
think
for
his aim
our
is
buy
really
round.
the issue.
No. I think we should buy. I think we should send the ult this round because then we can just boom your economy.
All right. They're gonna be pushed up right here. If there's more. Nope, their chamber doesn't push.
So if I grab orb.
All right, ulting in 3, 2, 1.
Enemy spotted. Pulling them in.
Chamber 7.
Do better.
That's chamber.
Nicely done.
What? Oh, art.
Spike's down.
Spike down A.
I have the spike.
Jet was art still. Ooh,
Oh,
last two
both
art. Both art. Both art.
We need to fight this together.
Hey,
Swing 3.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Yo, go
Left.
Player
bye-bye.
standing.
So
Yeah.
close.
Well, he just.
I was trying to plant and Jet jumped on top of the
just
boxes over
swapping
here.
in Fusion cells.
That's all.
Okay, my arms are good. We can go.
He lost a 4.
Their economy is destroyed. Only
That is
only
crazy.
Sky has a gun. They can't buy.
They use the brief,
So do you guys want to try B?
Oh my god.
You're
That
most
is
likely will
insane.
run
How
the
did they
stinger like he has
lose
been.
that? Oh my goodness. That is insane. He should have just went default.
Chamber could have a TP link.
Like, if he
Can we get
plans
smoke here and
default,
here?
they would have won. They would have won that round. It's huge. If they win the bonus there, it's likely they win well, not win the game, but likely the
Careful
comeback
close
is
pillar again.
more smooth.
Asher might be
Now he's
baiting.
got to judge. He start. 5B, Sova Dart drones down. He's got to judge. Like, what's his play here? What's his play?
Smoke.
Pulling them in.
Blinding.
Last player standing. Spike down B. Match point.
Let us see what's
Oof, oof, oof. That round was game losing, 100%. If they won that bonus round, they are in really good shape. It would have been 10. It would have been 10-6.
I don't think they expect us to go B again.
And they wasted his
They've like
ult.
stacked it the last couple times we've been
Unbelievable.
there.
I'm gonna try pushing mid because I don't think we've hit mid too much.
I mean, if I get the.
Here, can someone else take
Let me drone through doors.
Spike's here.
Okay.
Got the spike.
Spike down mid.
My ult is ready.
That's a
Who's next?
I have the spike.
2 in mid.
Sound like a GG.
Get out of my way.
Chamber hit 100.
guy. This guy's a mid
Spike
site.
down B.
Mid site dead.
Should go A.
Chamber was last seen mid.
Last player standing.
Spawn dead. NT.
Good shot.
Defenders
GG, y'all. Have a good day.
Okay, GG's. Got a lot to go through, my friend. You can stop streaming. I know it's not your main role and all that, but there's still a lot of stuff I can, I saw that were pretty questionable, stuff like that. Let me just log in real quick. Get in the game. I'll share my screen.
I know my aim is awful as well.
Honestly, when I watch you play, I don't think it's your aim is the key issue here. It's really your decision making and overall positioning, as in where you should go, where are good not sweet spots, where as in uh where you should go every time or what you like, but sweet spots as in spots where it's gonna work, right? We'll get there when the rounds. I don't want to get too uh, get sidetracked, but yeah, when I really look at you play, I know it's one game. You were top fragging. And it was a little bit unlucky. Your team was really doing not much. Like they were pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. But I don't think it's your aim. Really, you might think it's your aim, but it's not. It's really more your decision making skills are quite weak, and also your positioning, as in, for example, on B, there's so many times they're running down, and oh, wait, one second, let me just share this. There's so many times they're running down, and you just stay by the box in your link. Like, why not just go back calls and give them a hard time? You're on breach, right? You can flash from back calls, stun, right? You can make it really, really hard for them to kind of get in there, but you just let them run in, and then you're just staying on that box every single time. You know which box I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, the one in Link.
Yeah, the one next to Link where you like to sit. Like you
Yeah.
did that 2, 3 times.
Y-
Like if you're
Yeah.
gonna play there, you gotta be patient or just instantly delete them. So just give me one second. Let me just turn this on. We'll get there when the rounds come there, but I don't want to get too sidetracked. So you can just watch my screen. We'll just go through your general notes first, and then we'll start with the round specifics. So let's start with your cons. There's gonna be way more cons. Obviously, you lost the game. I'm really
Yeah.
trying to see what's wrong with your game. Not what you're doing. Do I even have breach? Okay, I do. Okay, I was gonna say what the fuck. Okay. Okay. So let's start with comms. Okay, so if I were to rank these categories, okay, I would probably say your comms, aim, are your top two. Okay, from this game.
Aim?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're top fragging. What's the issue you have with aim?
They were just
You
my
do
cross placement was bad. My tracking was bad.
The faster
like
we
My
do
flicking
this,
was
the
mid.
faster I
like
get paid.
it is a top two, but I'm not saying it's immaculate. That's not what I'm saying. Like your comms
Yeah.
and your aim out of these five in this game, overall, what I'm seeing is your top two. Yes, and I
Alright.
wrote, your aim has a lot of inconsistencies. You're like a body shot demon right now. You're not instantly
That
deleting them.
was that was like one of my worst. That game was one of my worst headshot percentage
For
games.
sure,
Usually
and that's fine.
it's like
That's fine.
28%.
Right. 20 how much?
My
28?
ult's ready.
28.
Okay,
Yeah.
still, but like, I think I saw one headshot that whole game. All right, like, and that's what I mean. It's not bad. It's just inconsistent. That's really all it is.
Yeah.
It's inconsistencies. You're not at a level where it's all the time headshot. Okay, give me one second. Let me just make sure all my settings are correct. I'm like walking around. Okay, so you know, so that's how to rank it. Okay, comms, aim is top two. I'm not saying it's 10 out of 10 when I'm ranking it. It's just those are your best
I
from
know.
what I've seen so far. Out of all these five categories that are, there's subsections of these categories too. There's different things involved, but these are the general, like the portion, like the general thing of this category, or the overall thing you can say. So it's really your comms, aim, and then I'll give you um, your utility usage is quite weak. I'm gonna be very honest. Obviously, you don't play Breach a lot, so I can
No.
understand that. But it's still like third. It's up. It's above. But I think the main problem, the really, 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 really main problem you have, is your movement and positioning and your game sense. You're aware in terms of game sense. You're aware. You kind of know like a general feeling, but you're not on the advanced concepts, as in like taking space, understanding what the enemy is doing. You're kind of on a reactive setting right now on defense, even on attack. It's kind of the same. Um, well, it's a little bit different. I'm lagging a little bit. Sorry. Can you hear me? Hello.
Oh,
Hello. Can you hear me?
internet.
Can you hear me? Yeah. My
Yep.
sorry. My internet is
There
going
we go.
crazy. Okay. Great. So yeah, so what I was saying is it's really your movement positioning and your game sense. Like you're aware. I don't know if you heard what I was saying. You're like aware of what's going on generally, but it's not advanced, as in taking space, understanding what the enemy is doing. Because in this game, it's mostly your defense is the biggest section because you guys got rolled, right? So you
Yeah.
only had like four rounds on attack, but yeah, we'll get there when that round comes. So let's move on. So comms, aim, okay. Utility usage, those are your top three, and then it's movement positioning. I'll give it game sense as fourth, and then your movement positioning needs a lot of work because that's a thing. It's not agent specific, right? Where you are, where you need to go, where are really good spots. Like that's not something where only an agent can be good at a specific agent. It's your overall gameplay. So yeah, you struggle a lot with that. Like you're when they go B, your default is just go here. But when you watch them, they kept looking here because they know you like to play here. They know that backhaul was weak or soft. Like nobody was in backhauls, but you need to play inside here. This is your spot that you should have been playing, especially when you're playing breach because it's so hard for them to come in. You just flash over here. Wait. Flash, stun, right? It's a corridor, and that's why this site is somewhat hard for the attackers to take. Did you have something to say?
Yeah, I've been trying to play breach more.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I had it locked in my head that they had a Tejo. I don't know why, but I don't. I've played Tejo. There's always a Tejo on the enemy team whenever I'm playing Pearl, and there just
Okay.
wasn't this time. But I was
Yeah.
playing it like there was.
Okay, well, but that doesn't mean anything. You played 20 almost 20 rounds, and you're saying you
I
think
know.
there's a tail. Like you gotta know that there's no tail, and there was no tail, right?
I
You
know.
guys are also two initiators. So, and one thing I'll say is that no one really plays breach on Pearl. That's one thing you have to understand. It's not the best. Like they do, but it's not the best initiator. If you want to play a initiator on Pearl, you should probably play Teo. What is
Yeah,
it?
okay,
KO's
yeah.
pretty good. Like those type of agents on this map.
See,
a
I'm
Sky's
so
really
bad
good.
with,
Yeah,
with
that's
KO's flashes.
that's fine. That's fine. I'm just saying those are the more ideal ones to play here. Breach isn't bad. I'm not saying you should never play Breach. There in pro play they do play Breach on Pro, but it's very clunky if you kind of get what I mean. So because there's a lot of spots that can kind of hide and stuff like that. It's very like Anyways, let's move on. So we are in comms. So can be certain. Like some of your comms are certain, but you're always asking your team. And also, near the beginning it was very certain, but near the mid, late, where the game's getting hard, stuff like that, it starts to become uncertain. You're asking your team what to do, or you'll put your 2 cents in, and like you're not really being assertive as in guys, let's try this out. You're saying, oh, let's default maybe, and then somebody else says something and you just don't say anything anymore. You gotta put your 2 cents in and be assertive and like certain in what you want to call, because I know you seem like more the IGL type. You want to lead your team, which is good. You're trying to lead them, you're trying to communicate, trying to set a plan, right? That's very uncommon from any type of player in ranked game. Most people don't try to make a plan with their team. I like that about you. You're trying to make a plan, but you need to really be certain and assertive with those type of communications. Guys, let's go A. We're splitting A. That's it. No one else. I'm not saying be toxic, but make sure you know why you're doing it and make sure that it's somewhat the right call and it's gonna work. And that's a little bit of your information processing. But in this game it's different because you guys were behind super heavy, so you guys just decided to go A, so that's fine. But it can be more certain, more assertive, and more directive, as in you micromanage them in a way where you're setting them up, right? Because you're just letting them do whatever, and you guys are just like, your team was kind of bad too, so you gotta kind of set them up. Hey, let's go through art. Let's go do double door. I'm gonna flash you and stuff like that. One round here on attack. You guys both walked down. You had the bomb. You came late, and then you're holding this forever, and they're going already in double door. Like you should have been starting shop with them or already down, throwing a flasher just so they don't peek, and then you come with them and help them out as well. Throw a stun here, throw a flash here, whatever it may be. So it's a little bit of that as well. So let's move on. That's pretty much it for your comms. And that's why I put your comms at 1 and 2, because I think they're quite strong. They can be much better where you're a even higher level communicator, like more specific and detailed. Like they're specific, but it needs to be more feeding information, stuff like that. Like here,
I didn't even start calming until plat, so
sure,
I'm working on it.
Yeah, and that's fine. I'm just saying, but you gotta work on it further if you want to be a high level player. You gotta feed your team everything where you think it's not important. It's gonna be important. Like when you leave your teammate, tell
People
them
mute me.
it's fine, but you're worrying about the wrong things. Who cares if they mute you? Okay, just focus on yourself. Okay, if your teammate is here and you're rotating, just tell them, hey, I'm leaving. I'm not saying that you didn't do that or you did do that. I'm just saying, for an example, if your team's here and you're rotating, tell them, yo, I'm leaving you, bro. You are alone. Stuff like that. Hey, can you guys pick up link? Okay, stuff like that when you're over here. I hear 2 to 3 B. Watch mid. Can somebody take space mid? Okay, you need to not only relay the information that's there in as common knowledge or things that you see, but you need to be proactive and making sure that you're setting up your team during the round as well, okay, with your communication. So that's a little bit of your game sense plus your knowledge, map knowledge, information processing, and communication together. But it is really your communication as well, mainly. Okay, so let's move on from there. Aim. I wrote inconsistency in aim, a lot of body shots, panicking a lot during fights and duels. You know, you could be nervous or whatnot, so you know it's one game, but still, I won't focus too much on that second note. But your first note is just if it's repeating every single round, then it's an issue. You have inconsistencies with your aim, like. You know, your crosshair placement is that the worst. It should probably be more head level everywhere you go. I go here, I go here. I'm looking. Okay, boom, boom, boom. I'm setting up here. Just have it ready, stuff like that. But it's just really you panic, you rush your shots too much. You want to get the first shots off, but in this game, I explain to all my students that it's not whoever gets the first shots off that wins the fight, and you can see that you took a lot of fights where you're shooting them first, but you still die, right? So especially this
Right
one. Do you
there.
remember this one where you were here and you saw the sky? And you came back to look, like you shot first, but you still died, and it took you 2 looks to kill her. You should have killed her on this first look right here. Boom, dead. Right, so we got to work on that, and we will at the end of the session. We'll go through a training schedule, not a schedule, routine exercise for you to use every day, where you will become really consistent in terms of your aim mechanics. Okay, and that's why I think your aim isn't the bad thing. Okay, aim is easy to get. Okay, it's really your mental game, and it's not even game sense or awareness. Like some people really lack in that as well in the mental game, but you're pretty aware. You're pretty kind of you know the kind of overall what's kind of going on in terms of like where they are and stuff. But we need to get it more advanced on that level. But my main concern with you is where you need to be, where you need to set up, where you need to go, where you need to take space. Okay, stuff like that. That's your main problem. You've played here 3 times and did nothing here 3 times. Okay, once it doesn't work the first time, you need to move. Go
Right
here,
there.
go here, go back calls right here, go here, go play over here, throw them off, walk down B long sometimes, go in
Right
this
there.
corner, right? Stuff like that. Get ready for
Right
them.
there.
Okay, even if you hear them here and you play here, get ready. They're about to come in, flash them and peek and kill 2 of 3, stun, whatever it may be. So you kind of get my point, right? So that's like your main thing I really want to work want you to work on. It's really not your awareness. You know, a little bit of your information processing could be a little bit faster in terms of identifying these things right away, like immediately. It takes a little bit too long. You know, it could be way faster in my opinion, and it's not a genetic thing. It's really a skill set that you will improve on as you play more. You actively are trying to get faster in the way you think, making better decisions, stuff like that. Okay, so yeah, that's like the main thing. So let's move on from the aim. I just wrote panicking a lot during fast fights and duels. Like there's so many fights. It's kind of together your inconsistency with aim and the panicking. You kind of get not shocked, but it's like unexpected that they're there sometimes. Even if you may know he's there, the timing is off. Like you're not ready for them, right? You need to instantly delete them no matter when they peak.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing the best on your team in terms of kills, but the kills were not pretty. They were just all body shots.
No.
And we'll work on it. That's the easy stuff. Don't even worry about your aim, okay? And you said, you know, my aim's dog shit. It's like, it's all right. It's not terrible, but you know, it's easy to get really crispy aim. You just got to practice it every day. You really got to work on the mental game. So let's move on from that.
I do practice. I just don't know what to practice.
Right. And also, it's not just practicing as in, oh, I do 1 DM every day plus 5-minute range. It must have progressive overload. It must be increasing in intensity and length every single week or every 2 weeks or monthly, whatever you choose to do it. Daily, okay? It's all depends on the person and what their strengths are or how good they are in terms of mechanical aim, but or what they can endure in terms of intensity. But yeah, that like I will teach you at the end, but you know that's the easy stuff to really learn. It's really easy. But okay, so let's move on. Movement positioning needs a lot of work. He's caught out in the open a lot. Okay, you're a lot of the times not out in the open, but you're caught out in the open, if you kind of know what I mean. They swing you and you're just kind of caught flat-footed, if you may will. You're just caught with your pants down, right? And then that kind of contributes to your panicking as well, because when they pick you unexpectedly and you're out in the open, there's no other option but to try to fight, right? There's no terrain around you or jump, get away, stuff like that. So really, this is like your biggest, is like the worst category in my opinion. Like, you're here every round. You never even had a thought to go here one round, go here, walk up and do like a flash play by yourself, stuff like that. It's, I understand you don't play Breach too, but I'm not really thinking about you playing like that on Breach. It's more on your day-to-day movement and positioning. Okay, you can't just play here every single time, because this is Diamond. Okay, it's not like it's like Plat or Bronze where they don't know what the hell you're doing. Once you die there and you've played there more than at least 2 times, they're gonna know you keep liking to play there until you start switching it up. Okay, so you gotta switch it up. Go Heaven, go back up, play here. This is a very good spot where you can kill the come out and
See,
kill the guy coming
I
back.
don't like to play that spot exactly where you're at.
Why?
Because I have bad aim, and anytime I try to peek that, I will die every single
But
time.
you don't need good aim to play the spot. Okay, Valorant is a game where you don't need good aim to get kills. You just need to use your brain. You need good positioning. You need just even if you're a body shot demon, let's say your headshot percent was 0%, this spot is still valid. Like, you're still gonna kill people running out, rushing link, coming over here, planning over here, whatever, coming back call. Like, you still kill them. Okay, it's Valorant isn't an aim game. It's a positioning game. Understanding what's going on. It's really like, you guys think I'm joking. Some of my students laugh, but it's like, it's really like positional based, where you're setting up in terms of micro movement, not like which site or where on the map. It's more where you are positioning yourself to help you succeed. That is the key. Okay, even when I had dog shit aim and I was in Diamond, okay, I would still kill people because my positioning was so good. I'd sit in a really crazy off angle, they'd run out, I'd just murder them, stuff like that, right? So it's not about your aim. Okay, I don't tell you to play here so you swing into 3 people and you need to one tap them. Okay, that's a different story. I tell you to play here because you have multitudes of options when they come onto site and you're over here. Okay, you hear 4 people running this way, you're gonna come back a little bit, maybe come towards pillar, start flashing back home. Okay, or they start running down trying to go into your spawn. You're here ready for them. You're just gonna gun them down, even if it's bodies. Obviously you want to be efficient and just instantly delete people like this, but you kind of get what I mean. It's not about your aim. It's really about where you need to set yourself up for it to be successful, you to be successful in terms of production. Okay, value, bringing some value to your team. You can't just sit here AFK because you have bad aim. That's not an excuse. It's not good enough to me. Okay, you need to kind of get creative, use your brain a little bit. Okay, and just hold your ground. I know it's scary and stuff when 3 people are running down, but there's there's time and place for everything. But you must hold your ground some of the times. Here you're holding your ground too much. I wrote when the round comes, I'll tell you. But you need to be patient here if you want to play here. You gotta stay tucked. Let them come swing you. Sorry, I'm lagging a little bit. Let them come swing you. Okay? Because you're...
I lag. I feel that.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just like, my internet's going crazy. But you gotta just be patient if you want to play here. Because they need to hard clear you or really come back hall to see you. Okay? So, even then, they might not be able to kill you because the... But, wait here. If you're going to play here, wait until they're around here and then peek. But even that one time the Jet killed you or the Yoru killed you, you're like over here out in the open. Like you got to be tucked or, come pillar. Pillar's a really good spot too.
And that exposed me to too many angles.
Which one?
Go back to where the Yoru killed me. That exposes my whole left side.
Right.
And they can just...
You're fucked.
That's too wide of a flick.
Right, like you need to be here, if anything, if you're gonna peek like that. Okay, or here, like this. Sorry, I'm lagging a little bit. Hopefully it goes away. Hold on, let me just... Do I have Steam open? Yeah, I do. That's probably what it is. Okay, you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but you get what I mean, right? You come here and... Oh my god. You come here and do it, or come here, or... you hear them running. Throw a flash up here, flash and cross over, so that way they think you're towards here, but now you're here. You come over here, they run out, you kill them, boom, come over here, boom. Okay, they start swinging this way, come back, whatever. Like, you kind of get what I mean. We gotta work on this micro adjustment in terms of movement, okay? Because think about it this way as well. And let's talk about when the round comes there. Okay, let's just move on for now. Needs a lot of work. He gets caught out in the open. He's too hasty in terms of peeking to find kills. Takes him 2 looks sometimes, needs to do it on 1. So that no was pretty much because of this, but you swung, like, you need to kill this guy. You need to just sorry bro, my internet is...
I was worried about the people on the right side, so I wanted to take it from that right side wall.
But there wasn't multiple. You didn't really know. It was just this guy. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah,
I wrote
I know.
specifically what happened, so you can't say there was multiple people there. I'm pretty sure it was like a
No,
like a 2v2 or something,
I
like 3v3.
I mean, like, that's what I was worried about. That's what's going through my head. Even though I looked and didn't see them, that's still what I decided to do because I didn't take time to process.
Yeah, but my point, like, well, you know, but you're worried about what exactly?
I was worried about getting swung from someone on the right side while trying to
From
clear up the
here?
sky, so yeah.
But you're over here. You're over here. How can they really peek you? You swung. You'll see it on the
I don't
VOD.
know.
You swung. You saw him and went here, and you're, oh fuck, he's there, and you came back. So how can they kill you from here? Right? You'll
I
see it
don't
in
know.
the VOD.
That's just my thought process in the
Right,
moment.
but then we gotta fix your thought process because it's completely wrong. He was almost alone. Okay, he was pretty much alone. Okay, because you came from here. Sorry,
Right there.
I'm lagging. It's just so annoying. But you came from here like this. You saw him. You crossed back, and then you came back. Right? You got, like, he's alone. You know that no one's here. Yes, they might timing you later down the line because they might be pillar, and you went like this. You don't know, but you're kind of covered. Is my point. You gotta really just
Right there.
instantly delete this guy on the first look. Once you're here, and he had his no gun in his hand. He was just AFK. You need to just
Yeah,
while
he
you're
was in his
swinging.
dog.
Yeah, and while you're swinging, you need to stop here and just because you need to realize that you saw him here and go boom, instantly dead. Okay, but you went, oh shit, he's there, and you came back and you died. That's, I think, the main problem is, you know, usually I don't look at the results, but you went like this. Oh, he's there, and then you came back and you could not even kill him. Like, you kind of get what I mean. Like, you must kill him at least bare minimum on the second look. Bare minimum here. Okay, you saw him like 3 times. You saw him here, and then you saw him here when you crossed, and you came back and you start whiff instant crush kind of spraying, and he just one tapped you. Right, so you kind of get what I mean. Like,
Right
we
there.
gotta just, you know, what did I write? It's too hasty. Like, it's almost like your eyes just opened up and you're just like, oh my god, he's there, right? Like, but it's like a panic. You gotta just stay calm. Oh fuck, he's there. Boom, dead. Okay, guys, whatever, you know, be long. I'm gonna flash it, whatever it may be. But
Right there.
you know, this point's not too crazy. But you know, we still gotta just delete these type of fights because these fights will add up overall in all the rounds. Like, if you get 2 to 3, 4 more kills like this in the game, where you did have like 2 to 3 options like this, where you're dying, even over here where you had a chance to kill the Jet and Yoru and they both just killed you. They just instantly deleted you. So you really gotta win these battles, especially when it's free like that. Okay, sorry, just give me 1 second. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep.
I just reset my internet quickly, my Wi-Fi, just to see if that works. Okay, it worked a little bit. Okay, so let's move on from that point. Utility usage needs to add value with these and really understand where and when to use it and be patient. Okay, I'm not gonna go too deep into this because this is a repeating thing. Okay, even this round here where you guys were on eco, you needed to ult here. Okay, you ult here, you might have won this round and help you guys win the game, but you just stood here AFK, let the Yoru flash, and you and the Asher died here. Okay, that's just a specific example, but you know, there's so many examples where you could have just used your utility to win the round, but you guys didn't. Okay, even here. Okay, they ran out B. You know there's 2 backhalls. You did not use your utility forever. It took you fucking until it was 2v2 for you to start using some sort of utility. And you missed your aftershock here on here. The guy was planning and you missed here somehow. I don't know how he got the bomb down. You concussed, which is crazy to me. I think you shot it too forward. You shot it like this, and then he was like over here. Like, I don't know how he got the bomb down, but it was pretty crazy. Like, I think he shot it like this, and he was just here like this planning because he got the bomb down while it was going off. I was like, what the fuck? And you know, they're back hauls. You need to just use some utility for your team. They were retaking. You're just AFK and back hauls. You know they're all on site. Just use some sort of utility. Flash them in. Use aftershock. You know, there's one good round where you did use your aftershock here, right? Early on in the game. But when the game is hard and hectic, that's when you need to be calm, collected, and really just slowing it down and understanding what you need to do, okay? Because you're the initiator. You initiate contact. When they're... and it's not like you're on attack, so it's different, but you're on defense. They're all on B, you know, use your utility. Just stun, flat, just even okay, maybe not just waste your flashes, but just flash once so your team can kind of come out, flash out here, flash this block, whatever it may be. Okay, we'll get there when the round comes. There's like at least 6-7 rounds where you misuse your utility. Next point is needs to understand where and when to use it and be patient. Okay, a lot of the times you're just dumping your utility. You probably heard that term, dumping. They're util dumping. Like,
Yeah.
just because you use your utility doesn't mean you used it well. Okay, you need to make sure it adds some sort of value. Remember that one
Right
round
there.
here as well, where 1v2 for you flash and they're full blind. Like, you should have ulted here. Probably ult then flash first. You could have won this round 100%.
Did I have my ult? I don't know
Yes,
if I
yes,
did.
you did. Yes,
I
you
did?
Yes, I wrote it down. I remember you having your ult there. You just flash and instant crouch, and he was full blind and he killed you. You know that, right?
It was the Sky that killed
Yeah,
me. He
yeah.
wasn't full blinded.
No, he was full
He
blind.
turned that.
No, he was full blind, bro. He was here crouching and just spamming the timing of you swinging. You know that, right?
That was Astra. That was Astra.
No,
and Sky
no,
was
no.
right next
You'll
to
see
it.
in the VOD. It was this guy, 100%. I remember it exactly, bro. I have really good memory. This guy was.
No, I'm 100% positive. We will see in the VOD that Sky
Yeah, we
was
will.
standing next to Astra, and
Yeah,
Astra
full
was crouched.
blind. The Astra had his back turned to you like this, and then the Sky was like this, bro. I'm telling you, 100%. He was not.
Okay.
He was full blind, and he's just started spamming you because he's ready for the swing. But the problem here is that you instant crouched. Okay, you need to come wide when when they're full blind like that. Come wide like this, and then you would have killed both of them. Boom, boom, like that. But you just instantly started crouching, and he's just killing you. Okay. So next thing's needs to use his ult holding onto it. Like, you're just always holding onto it. Used it maybe 2 times the whole game, and you had it really early. Use it here, and I realized you used it too early, and then you said it on the stream too. You're like, man, I used it too early, and then you used it over here on A main as well. And we'll get there when the notes come. But this one could be, I don't mind this ult, but it could be a little bit better because it was like you try to come back a little bit, but it needs to be more here. You got to make a decision. Is it for art or is it for the site? But it was like it was a little bit like half, like here, like this. It needs to be full site or full art, or like a little bit like that. But anyways, we'll come there when the round comes. So, next thing is also flashes need a lot of work. You know, you had to line up on B link, stuff like that, but you know they weren't really adding value. Like, there's only a very few times where they're full blind. Like here, you may have blinded here. Also, the round will come up. I'd rather you here get ready to stun first than flash, because if you just flash, you know, if they're good enough, they're gonna dodge the flash or just start taking cover in terrain. And it wasn't even like someone was ready to peek from back halls. The chamber was close here and he did nothing. You flashed and nobody peeked it. It was just an info thing. Like, I don't even know how to do this flash. I don't know how you do it. Or it's like,
Flash out.
you need to have it set up as in someone go back halls. I'm gonna tell me when you kind of hear them coming up close. I'm gonna tell me when to flash and then you peek, stuff like that. It needs a little bit more of a comboing. Let's move on. So next thing is game sense. Overall I think your awareness is decent. We gotta really work on more of the concept stuff that Valorant is more about, like retaking, entering, scaling, understanding common corners, off angles, positioning, as in when they go on site, where can I sit where I can instantly kill 2 people, stuff like that. It's really your decision making that needs a lot of work, in my opinion. Like here, you just sat here forever when they went. Like, you should just flash, reposition yourself here, start flashing back calls again to take control. But you get caught flat-footed a lot. But yeah, overall it's not too crazy. So let's move on to your pros. Columns, they can be specific. I want them to be more detailed, more specific, feed more information, be more assertive, stuff like that. His pre-round comms are good. Like, before the round starts, they're quite good. You want to plan, you want to talk with your team, stuff like that. That's good. But you need to really, really have really strong mid-round calling. It's kind of weak. It's underwhelming. You need to really, really help your team identify. Okay, one's here, one's here, one's here. They are default, guys. Do not start running away. Guys, I see 3B main, 4B main. Can you guys start taking space A main and mid? You need to direct them mid-round and help them understand what to do, because I'm assuming you're the best player in the lobby, so you really gotta show them and tell them what to do and be assertive. Walk down mid, guys. Double right now. 2 of you guys walk down mid. There's a lot B main. Take the space and go flank them. Stuff like that. Like, be a real leader. Okay. during mid rounding. I think pre-round is pretty solid. It's just your mid-round calling is just underwhelming. There's not much there. You're specific. You tell info, but you're not trying to win the round. You're just waiting for the enemy to do what you're reacting. You're not being proactive. Okay, we gotta be proactive on defense specifically. Attack is a different game, but defense we gotta figure out where they are and make plans to go and destroy them or be one step ahead of their rotations or their rehits or whatever maybe their executes. Okay, that's really the defensive way of playing in Valorant. Okay, so let's move on from there. Aim. I think it's pretty good. You know, I didn't have many pros because you're just body shotting. They're inconsistent, panic shooting. So you know, it is what it is. Also, movement positioning, same thing. Like, and I left it blank because we're gonna go through it really in depth when the rounds come up. So same thing with movement positioning. Like those, you know, movement positioning probably needs way more work than your aim, in my opinion. So utility uses it, but it's of no value. Like it's pretty self-explanatory. There are times it's valuable, but still it's not been set up where you told some guy to peek or you know you guys are you know there was one good round you flashed. Okay, it was on A pistol when you guys switched sides and you flashed here and the guy was full blind and you guys traded him. That was like probably your best flash. Okay, but on B, like it almost was never working. Like no one was dying off your flash. You need to make sure people are dying when you flash them off. Okay, bring some value with your utility. And I know you don't play breach. It's just I'm just being very honest. This is what you need to do with these type of utilities. It's made for you to get kills. Okay, it's not for info for you to just flash and then they get flash and that's it. Okay, you need to swing at the higher levels, low immortal, you know, even ascendant. They're gonna start getting lots of kills with these type of utilities because they're playing it together, they're comboing it, stuff like that. Also, I forgot if you had a no, you didn't have a jet. I don't think you had a Reyna. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, if you had a jet, it's different. But even then, you guys didn't have many rounds on attack. So I was gonna say, if you have a jet, you set him up, tell him, hey.
Yeah, my duo plays Jet, and
Sure.
I started picking up Breach to combo with him,
Yep,
and
and that's
we
fine.
would win tons of games like that.
Yeah, that's fine. And you just combo it with him. Hey, bro, you know, tell him be
Right
right
there.
here, back hall. I'm about to tell me, jiggle it. Tell me when they're close. I'll flash. You peek after, or you know, start of the round. Hey, go walk up, and you know, if you hear them coming, I'm gonna stun it. Then you dash up and kill them, stuff like that. It can be on any site, anywhere part of the map, but it's a little bit of that. But you know, just because you have a duo doesn't mean that you know you can't do it in random games, and you need to do it in games where you don't have a duo, and that's you know it's pretty self-explanatory. You got to get used to comboing it. Let's move on. So I put game sense. You're overall pretty aware, like you're on the map, and that's what I mean. Like you kind of when you see them, you're like, oh, one here, one there. You're pretty aware on that, but we got to add the more advanced concepts of taking space, understanding what they're doing. Hey, identifying what they're doing. Hey, it's a fake. It's a fake. Oh, it's a rehit. Yo, they're rotating. It could be a fake, guys. Watch out. Watch your mid, stuff like that. Like we gotta work a little bit more on that, in my opinion. But
Okay.
overall, like when you see one guy or two guys, it's you know it's so easy for you to do it. I see that you know. It's like oh, two B main, one mid, one A main. But that's the easy part of awareness. The harder part is identifying what they're doing and being proactive about it. Okay, they are 4B main. Guys, take some space. Do something else. Walk down A main. There's so many rounds you could have said that, but and there was another round where you could have. Where here you played with the sheriff, and they're like coming B, and I saw like 2 or 3 B long. Like you just immediately started running through middle into like just take the space. Make sure you didn't even check it, right? You didn't check it. You need to at least make sure no one's lurking up. So you know they're B, they have it. So there's already 4 towards this area. They don't need a 5th guy. So you come out, take the space. Oh guys, A main's clear as well. I think they're towards mid or B. That's all they. That's only where they can be. Obviously your team was towards mid too, and they weren't dying. So it's even easier to identify where they are. Okay, and then you start committing. There's another round here. You guys made a play on B long. There's 3 of you here. Okay, you just left your chamber to go flank when you're out here. Like, and you went all the way back here into spawn, and you got stuck because the Euro was there in the corner. You were here, and then you like wanted to go back, but then you know you guys obviously lost around. But you need to just commit there with your chamber. You would have got the trade on that chamber, okay, and then you could have just committed on the flank, and that makes it a much harder time for the attackers because they were taking over spawn anyway. So you retake this space. You would have killed one, whatever it may be, but you can kind of get what I mean, okay? So. Let's move on. Okay, so now the round specifics. Now it's gonna get really, really grungy. Okay, so be prepared. Round 1. Okay, you start defense first. Starts B. He sets up a play with Chamber getting ready for stun. Stun's a bit early. Could have waited for Chamber to take contact. Here's a lot coming up B. Needs to ask for smoke and reposition. The angle isn't the best unless he is patient. So we kind of touched on that last point. But here, you had this. Remember, you had the stun ready like this.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You just used it without any real indicator to use it. Okay. The Chamber was here. Didn't jiggle it or like. You know, he wasn't telling you, yo, he's there, he's
Right
there.
there.
He was just kind of waiting to see if they were walking up. And then you just used your stun. Okay, you just used your stun and started going over here. And then your Chamber died. Right? Like, you gotta just ask your Chamber, yo, are they there? Can you just jiggle it? Can you look at it? Oh, he's there. Okay, stun. Yo, peek left side, peek left side. Right? You just didn't say anything. You got tired of holding it. You're like this for like 10 seconds. You're like, okay, whatever. And it just went like this. Okay, you gotta hold on to it when you've made this set play, because you guys both wanted to do this, right? So, and just wait until he takes contact. So whether he gets a kill or dies or he tells you someone's there, then you use it. Once he died, and if you use it, you might have been able to reswing and clear. I didn't see where he died from, but that's not really that important. It's really you not holding onto it enough and no indicators telling you to use it. You just use it and just AFK it over here, right? And then they started coming up B, so getting rid of stuns a bit too early. Could have waited. Chamber to take contact. Here's a lot coming up B, so you heard a lot coming up, at least 2 to 3. Tell them, guys, they're running up B main. Okay, needs to ask for a smoke and reposition. Ask for a smoke. He did kind of smoke it, like without you asking, but just at the higher levels, you need to ask for the smoke because he might be busy or whatever, you know, clearing mid because he's Astro, stuff like that. So ask for smoke. Yo, they're running up B, smoke it right now, and don't just say here, don't just AFK here, okay? Start running back calls. Once it's smoked, just start running, or not even running, just shift up. Ask for smoke. Guys, they're running up B, smoke it right now. He smokes it, okay? Guys, they're probably coming in. They're whatever, maybe just start making your way towards this general area. You can play over here. You can play over here. You can play over here, you can play here, you can play spawn if you want, you can play pillar. Okay, don't just stay here, because think about it on an attacking point of view. Okay, perfect world. This is
Right
smoked.
there.
This is smoked. Okay, once they start looking this way, okay, and no, they had a jet in Euro, so they could TP, so it makes it even better for them. Because once this guy dashes here or TPs here and nothing's there, they all look towards this general direction. So you need to be ready for that, okay? But you aren't. You're just stuck here AFK, and then they come in here and then they just clear you, because that's the last part to look at, because they've cleared everything else. They run out together. This guy dashes. They look over here, and they, you know, perfect world. This is smoke. This is smoke, right? You gotta either delete them coming out here when you play here, because it's an off angle. Okay, or just be patient, just stay tucked and wait for the retake, or just reposition here. Okay. So yeah, that's just how I wrote. You stayed here and then you died. I'm pretty sure it was like from over here from the Yoru, the first round. The angle isn't the best unless he's patient. Like just, or you play up close, you hear them running up, flash them, swing, murder them. Okay, you gotta just kind of play off that type of utility and be aggressive, because this is such a strong piece of utility where they're running up and you know you do a good flash, it's super unexpected. They're gonna just all be blind and die, and it's also deters them from coming in. They have to wait a little bit just to make sure what's going on. So let's move on. Round 2, it's not too crazy. You guys were saving, I believe. Sorry, round 2, start 3B. They get comms, they are going A. Could come through link to kill art guy. They get comms, they are going A. Could come through link to kill art guy. So I remember you guys were 3B. This isn't too crazy of a round. You guys were saving and you just started running this way. All of you guys started going that way. You gotta kind of identify, okay, if 2 guys are going this way, I'm gonna go this way. Okay, just split up a little bit. I'm not saying play by yourself, but take some sort of space where you can come back this way and understand if they are here or not. Okay, you gotta get used to doing this, where you're relaying the info off your vision cone, not what you're saying, but by you walking up here, staying alive, not dying, not dead yet, your team understands there's less threats here, so that they can be ready for something else. Okay, stuff like if you die here, they kind of have to address the problem and try to kill this guy as well, especially on a gun round. But you guys were saving, so it's not a big deal. But don't just start following them all 3 spawn, or both of them spawn. Just split up a little bit. Come mid, clear mid. You can flank as well, take the space, because they were on A. That means no one's gonna be really 2 people. There's not gonna be 2 people here. They're gonna be towards here, spawn on site main. So try to make a play. Is really what that notice. Okay, round 3 starts 3B. Has a flash lineup from linked for B main. Sees 1B. I prefer if you set up a stun first and then flash play when they are closer. Good aftershock here. So you need to in my opinion, you need to use your stun first. Okay, wherever it is, if you have a line, whatever, you gotta use the stun first, because like you're not gonna get anybody here unless they're up here. Okay, even if they're here, they're gonna hide once they get flashed. Right? And you really need to make sure it's comboed with someone peeking off the flash. You would flash it, but no one's peeking. It's nothing's being done. You just wasted your flash. You could have just held onto it for the retake. Okay. So stun first, whether you hear them or not, just have someone jiggle it, whatever. Okay, then stun. He swings or dies or whatever, then flash again when they come back closer or they're whatever it may be. So just kinda use your stun first, then your flash, because when they're stunned and you flash, they cannot walk around. They're concussed, so they're like this at best. Okay, but when you can flash them, okay, first, and they're not stunned, they can just easily start, you know, if he's right here and he's walking, oh, he's like, oh fuck, right? Because people are good with that, where even when they're blinded, they know where to go, okay? Especially at the higher levels, maybe not this level, but at the higher levels, even when they're blind, they know how to move to work, because they can mental image where the terrain was. Okay, I'm here, I got flash, I just got to press S and A to go back, right? So he knows, so it's a little bit of that, but just use your stun first, so it really makes them crippled. And also it resets anyway, so you might as well use this first. You know, don't hold on to it. The next thing is you had a good aftershock, you had a retake here, and then this was that one round you know he's back hall. You use this as a deterrent so he doesn't peek. You can come out, play out accordingly, you can come back with it, whatever it may be, but that was good. The next thing is round 4. Too much noise pre-round, as in you're making unnecessary comms like, oh, where do they come A or they go? It's like the 4th round, right? Like maybe on the 8th, 7th round it's fine, but when you've collected more data, but it's like the 3rd round, 4th round, and you don't really have like we as the person in this POV playing on this team, we don't have a full sense of what they've done yet, because it's only been pistol and 1 rifle round. So you're just like, oh, they like to come A, everybody just stay locked in, okay, and just try to gather the information rather than guessing, because at this point you're guessing. It's not even a prediction, because it's too little of rounds to collect data on how they like to play, what their play style is, what their individual tendencies are and stuff like that. It takes usually like 5 to 7 rounds, right? 8 rounds for you to really understand, or even 1/2 sometimes. So I just wrote too much noise pre-round. Make a plan, but make sure it's certain. You're trying to make a plan, but you just were not sure what they like to do. So be certain before you make that plan. He starts B, super quiet for a while. Reyna dies A, main. Reyna dies A main, calls 3, sees 2 art. It's a split. I identified it's a split when I see that. He could go up all the way up in secret. He has space. So we'll stop there and then we'll continue. So I remember this round. You guys were 3B. Remember it was super quiet for like 5-10 seconds. Like nobody was really walking up, nothing. Okay?
Yeah.
And then your Reyna dies A main. I don't know why he's doing this by himself. Okay, he should probably be playing safe on site when you guys are stacked on B. Whatever. We're not focusing on him. We're focusing on you. So he dies. He dies around here. Doesn't really matter. He gains the info, and also I saw that there's 3 question marks, and he also says 3A, 3A, right? Sees 2, and then your Astra was coming down mid and then saw 2, or you know, whatever, somebody took some sort of contact here and there's 2. Okay, here immediately you gotta have some sense of urgency and just stop AFKing here and go, they are going, tell your team, guys, it's a split, go, it's A, we need to rotate right now, because a lot of you guys were caught flat-footed. Some people didn't know what to do. You guys were kind of still on B. Like once Reyna dies, you need to start running when you see 3. Okay, you can't just stay here and wait for communications. You need to make the assumption, the process the information that they're likely going A, especially when there's 3 A main and they've gotten this kill. When they kill the guy walking up, that's usually the front site guy, as in he plays over here or link or back site. Okay, it's different story when it's sacked, but you know they don't know that, but they're like, yo, we got a kill here, let's go, because they've already set to go A. They probably determined before the round started, hey guys, let's split A. So when they get this kill, they start fiending, guys, go, it's 5v4, right? So they're not gonna be like, oh wait, let's play it slow, because they've determined to go on A. So when they kill one, it's less resistance. Max, it's gonna be 2 guys alive on the site, and that's max. I would say there's only gonna be usually playing 2 on A, so they know automatically it's gonna be a 5v1 on A. So that's why they start running it down. So you need to make use this information of, okay, there's 3A main, our Reyna is dead. They are likely to go in and execute, especially if your teammates start saying, yo, they're throwing smokes, okay? But you need to be able to understand this without any communications, okay? Even if, let's say, you played the whole game muted, like your comms off, okay? You need to identify once he's here dead, just by looking at your minimap, there's 3 A main, start booking it. Tell your team, guys, they're gonna go away, guys, like, you know, and Asher was rapping, so somebody pick up or whenever you can, whatever it may be, stuff like that. It's a little bit situational, but yeah, just go run there, just book it, knife out. The next point of this note is could go up all the way up. So you stopped here, you came spawn, and then you're scared to go. Just take the space they gave it to you. If somebody was here, he would have been here ready for you already. So you gotta just take the space and just go up with them, or not up with them, but by yourself. Don't be scared. Clear things for your team. You know, once you've cleared here, just start holding like this, okay? So what happened here? I remember what happened. You got 2 good kills. So he could go all the way up in secret. He has space. Gets 2 good kills, okay? And you guys lost this round. I'm not thinking about the result, but so you got 1 good kill around here. Over here, remember you killed the Euro Church as well. One here, boom, boom, boom. So you got 2 good kills. It was a 3v3. This is where the problem lies, okay? What did I write? Gets 2 good kills. He stuns Church and flashes it. Needs to save it for main. Okay, once you kill the Euro here, okay, and I'll ask you a question. Do you think most people play 2 Church post plant scenario?
No, and that was a Sky.
No, you killed the Yoru here.
I killed Euro Secret. Sky was Church.
No, it was Yoru. I'm 100% certain this is the Yoru. You killed the Sky first, or whoever here first. You killed the Yoru here. It'll be in the
I'm
VOD.
positive it was Euro then Sky.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But I'm telling you, it was Yoru. You'll see it in the VOD. Okay, but I asked you the question. Do you think 2 people play Church? And you said no. Yes. So once you kill this guy, you don't need to stun this anymore. Okay. There are times, obviously, you know, 10% chance or whatever, really slim chance where there are 2 in there, but generally no one plays 2 here. It's retarded because they understand, you know, you put 2 bodies here, you're gonna get cleared every single time, like unless you come nuclear and kill a lot of people. But most of the time they'll leave 1 guy here to take the contact. So once whether it's the Yoru or not, I know it's the Yoru because I remember it's the Yoru. Okay, you kill him here, like you gotta just know he's not there anymore. Maybe spam it a little bit if you're unsure, but you gotta start saving this utility for main, or at least come out clear this. Okay, you know, whatever. I can't remember if this was smoke. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, but your team comes out with you. Don't just dump your utility here. Main was smoke, so maybe stun 1 time here first, or save it so you clear it. Okay, then you use it, and then use your flash. But you use your stun here, and then you flashed it. You came over to clear it and there's nobody there. You might as well just clear it first, then, you know, whatever. But you gotta really save it for main. And you guys lost this round, and I'm not thinking about the result, but like you guys should have won this round. Like it was pretty crazy to me that you guys lost on this retake, because they were like all main somehow, and then you came here and died as well. But that's not too important. But like this is the problem here. Okay, once you kill this one guy here, you gotta identify no one else is there. So start running out, clearing the space. Okay, nothing default, guys. Nothing Church. Nothing art. Okay, I hear 2 main. I hear 2 main. I'm gonna stun right side or left side, whatever it may be. But at that point in the situation, you kind of get what I mean. Just make sure that you don't just dump your 2 most important utils on retake, where you killed the only guy there. So it's a little bit of our identifying the situation and the information processing that we gotta know that there's no one there. Just automatically map pack. Okay, no one's there. I killed him. Okay, they're probably towards over this general direction. Okay, so whatever it may be. Round 5 starts B with Reyna. They go up B. He needs to go back halls, spawn side, playing the same box near link. So I didn't write how you died. Doesn't really matter. It's just you're just doing the same thing. You guys started up B. Reyna went in the corner, and then you're like, oh fuck, he got cleared. And then they started going. The Jet killed him. You just gotta go back. Ask for a smoke. Same. It's like we won't go too deep in this round. It's the same kind of thing. Just ask for a smoke, stun it, flash it, whatever type of utility you want to use to deter them from coming in, and reposition yourself. Okay, don't just stay here, because they know at this point that you no one's playing back halls. It's pretty obvious. So, especially when they kill the Reyna up here, there's gonna be only 2 guys on B really. So, max. Usually when they play towards mid and A, it's actually only one on B at the higher levels. Maybe in your lobby is different, but the higher levels they usually leave one on B because this guy can just sit here AFK just jiggling, seeing B long by himself. Why does there need to be 3 there? So especially when they kill this guy, they think this is super weak, so they just start bum rushing it down, trying to clear everything fast, and you know, you kind of. We're here caught. I forgot if it was a Jet or Yoru. It doesn't really matter. They got in here, and then you're trying to swing him, and you're just instantly deleted because they're looking that way because they've cleared back all a little bit. So,
It was Jet. I remember that they updrafted and dashed back there, and then
sure.
swung and
You
one-shot me.
you died a couple times here from the Jet and Yoru, so it doesn't really matter. But you know, you're still. The problem is that you're giving this important piece of real estate on this site up for free. Okay, you need to have or show some sort of resistance. As you know, play here at least one time. They're gonna try to take it slower and taking back calls because you have to understand this section of the site to take is super hard for attackers because they need to come across the whole site and people will kill them on their way. Okay, at the higher levels, maybe not in your lobbies, but you know, this is the most important part of this site. And I told all my students as well. I'm like, think about it on an attacker. You know, I've explained this so many times. Think about it on an attacker's point of view. When you plant here and you do not clear all the back halls, how wary are you going to be? How nervous are you going to be? How uncertain are you going to be?
I wouldn't plant.
Sorry?
I wouldn't plant there because
right. Because you'd be scared. You're like, oh fuck, this someone could be there, right? But you know, in this example, imagine if you just didn't clear, like you guys decided not to clear it at all. Like a team, not you, but a team decided not to clear it, and they just planted here. They're gonna be shaking in their boots. They're gonna be like, oh fuck, this guy can peek us at any moment, right? So that's why teams are vigilant on clearing the space. Once they get up to here and it's clear, they know it's pretty clear. Obviously, the guys running across will hold this, and then once it's like pretty clear. So they automatically, perfect world, this is smoke, automatically look only one location where you are always. So that's kind of why you're dying. Okay, so you gotta reposition. Come pillar, play pillar. If you're gonna play here, stay tucked. Okay. Flash and reposition over here. Come play on these corners. Okay, so this corner is one of the most like really strong corner. Okay, you can kill people running out when they dash. TP, you immediately kill them. Flash to get away. Reposition. So we got to really work on that. We won't go too deep in that round. It's kind of the same thing. What did I write though? Playing the same box near Link. Okay, so round 6, they start A. They are around Art. He just dry swings and kills too. He could have flashed out and said it's way safer. They have bombed down main. Last guy's Art needs to. Okay, so let's stop there. So I remember this fight. Remember the Astro wall? Remember the Astro?
Yeah, I just walked through.
Yeah. You got two good kills, which I'm not really focusing on. That was fine. It's just like you kind of know what I'm trying to say. Like just flash here. They would have been all blind because at the higher levels you're not getting away with this. You're instantly dead. They're gonna be one guy's gonna be.
I shouldn't even got away with it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you should have got away with it as well. But you know, it's fine. You got away with it. It's fine. Whatever. But you know, I'm just trying to explain that at the higher levels, minimum one guy is gonna hold this. Minimum. Okay. Maximum. Like a lot of people are gonna be looking around this general direction, especially when they astro wall like that. They only need to look here. One guy cleared it, then they automatically know. Okay, so because that one guy that clears will hold secret, so they will automatically know to look here. But you know, you kind of know what's wrong with that. Just flash, bro. It's a little bit of a discipline thing. Overall, I like the aggressive play. I really do. That you're going out and being aggressive on retake, not really giving them a chance to set up. So I like that. But you know, use it with your utility. Whether it's a stun right here, boom, or you know, if you think they're coming out, whatever, maybe. You could even had after. I don't think you had your aftershock. I'm pretty sure you only had your flash and stun, but that's a different story. Let's say if you did, just start this is the time you start dumping it, because you know this site is much tighter. There's not much space for them to run around. So you go like this and there's two people there, they're gonna start jumping around, and then you flash them, boom, then you come out, they're gonna be all caught with their pants down, right? And also the way they were, I think if you flash, they're like probably all blind. Like 3 of them, 4 of them are gonna be blind because they're all like looking over this way. So you can just throw it right here, they probably would have been all blind. I don't think this is a good flash on this scenario. I think some guys over here would not be blind, so maybe just keep it over here. They're probably gonna be all blind in my opinion. But yeah, we won't go too deep in it. You kind of know. You know, it was a good play. It worked out, but it might work out in this rank. But the higher you climb, it's not gonna work anymore because people have such good aim and game sense. They're gonna be ready, and even if you flash, they're gonna dodge it, come back, and instantly delete you. So people are really good the higher you climb. So round 6. So flash out instead of a saver, they have bomb down main. So okay, so there's one more note here. I think you guys played it pretty well. I'll just kind of explain how you could play it even better. So he could have sorry, they have bomb down main. So the bomb was right here, remember?
Right
Here.
there.
Oh, thank you. My mom's giving me some food. So remember the bomb was right here. And then your chamber was here. Your chamber was here, and then you were here. Remember
Right
that?
there.
Yes, no?
Yeah.
And then you guys were like, bombs down, just wait, just wait. I would like you to come wide. Come wide here and let your chamber
Right
play
there.
there. Because you were sitting here AFK, okay? I'm not saying that, you know, you're AFK, but, you know, you kind of get what I mean. You're not watching anything where if this guy was a good player and he's just kind of timing both of you, you guys are both fucked. He's going to kill this guy, come back over here, wrap the chamber, and chamber's going to look this way and he's dead. Okay, so come wide because it's not like the bomb is here where you need to look at it. The bomb is
Right
here,
there.
so he must come down. So once you come wide like this, and you had time to do it, like you just could have shift walk like this and just hold this where you tell your chamber now, peek off me. Okay, you understand? Once I die or I'm starting to see him or take contact with him, you start swinging. You must immediately swing. Obviously, people need to know what that means, but at this level, diamond players do know what that means. Peek off me. So you should come wide. Don't just stay tucked and not know what's going on. You need to get some information because it's a 2v1 situation. You know where he is, yes, but you gotta make sure he's not gonna timing both of you. So come wide, stay here, and be like, peek off me, and he would have been like here, ready to swing. Once you start shooting, he's gonna swing like this and fight. So that's it on that note. Just don't just be not gaining any information just because you know
Right
where the
there.
bomb is, just because you last seen him there. Okay, people become really good where they start timing people in these crazy situations. So let's move on.
So don't stare at walls. Okay.
Well, not don't stare at walls, but in this situation, you need to be
Yeah.
vigilant that he hasn't come down and walked down because you don't know if he's walking. Walking is silent. So you last saw him there, yes, okay, but your chamber was also just like this. So how would you guys both know if he walked down or not? Okay, and I'm trying to explain at the higher levels. People are way better at these type of times in these scenarios where it's 1v2. He just walks down. You guys are not checking anything. Kills this guy. Come over here. Chamber looks backside and he kills this guy too. So like, you know, not like that, but he'll come a little bit wider and then kill him. But you kind of get my point. It's like, you know, don't just stay like this. You don't know what the hell's going on. Just come wide. Hold this for your team. That way you can tell him, peek off me. If I take contact or I see him, you can swing and kill him. Okay, stuff like that. Or if I die, bait me, hard bait me, whatever it may be. Okay, it's just in this specific scenario. I'm not saying don't lick walls. There are times and places for it too, but you know, in this scenario, you gotta be vigilant. You gotta be cautious that he's not walking down. Okay, so but I'm gonna go too deep into that. So round 7, they start B. See the chamber. They start B. See the chamber. Needs to ask Reyna here if he hears more. Oh, so this was around. Reyna dies from Jet in the corner. Needs to flash long for his team. He goes a link. They rush in. Needs to use his utility on backhauls and flash it. He aftershocks plant first sight, but he missed. Gets a good flash. So we'll stop there. So they start. You guys started 3B. You guys saw the chamber. Needs to ask Reyna. So and then your Reyna went in here. Needs to hear if he hears more. And I don't know what your Reyna was doing. He's just sitting in a corner, like, and just ask him. Be like, hey, do you hear anything? Is there a lot? Right? Because he wasn't really saying anything, and he just dies to the jet. You could probably, you know, off that combo, as in telling when he's telling you, yo, I hear 2 or 2. You could have just. I'm not saying that, you know, he did tell you that, and you should do this, but I'm just saying when he's there telling you, yo, there's a lot belong, then that's when you start dumping your util to help him stay alive, or at least give him a chance to not die. Or you guys swing together after this, because there's 3 of you here, so 2 of you guys could have just, you know, waited, flash, you know, he takes contact, you guys just start swinging out and fighting, whatever it may be. So that's that. Dies in a corner. Needs to flash long for his team. He goes a link, so he went link here again. They rush in, they started running in. Needs to use his utility, and then you guys started playing retake. And you'll see it in the VOD. You were just waiting here way too long. You need to just start, you know, not dumping it, but you know, use it accordingly. For, you know, if they're ready for the retake, tell them, yo, I'm gonna flash back holes for you. Get ready, and then be like, are you ready? He's like, no. Like, okay, tell me when. He's like, now. And then obviously he's gonna tell me when. And then you start flashing, start stunning this right side, whatever, and then flash out on over here. Boom, I'm lagging a little bit. I don't know why, but yeah, and then start taking the site together. Because you're breach, like that's really what you need to do on retakes, is making sure these areas are not occupied, but your utility is being thrown here for them to be like really fucked when your teammates come and kill them, stuff like that. So he aftershocks plant, so you also missed your aftershock. I'm not sure how, because he got the bomb down. If you aftershocked here properly, he should have never got the bomb down, but he got it down. He aftershocks plant for sight, so they also planted for sight. But he missed. Gets a good flash. 1v2. Oh, so this is that round. You got a good flash somewhere. I can't remember where. 1v2. Oh, so you got a good flash here. That's what I meant. Where you flashed them. I wrote 1v2. Can't kill them both. Can't kill. They both blind. He insta crouch peeks. He could have also ulted here. So blind, great flash. Really good, great flash. You need to come wider. Don't instant crouch. This guy just started killing you full blind somehow. And you could have just ulted as well after this, because you kind of you knew both were there. Astra started there, and then you saw this flash, the sky flash. So you immediately need to identify they're both there. So just start ulting and start running it down to kill them. Okay. Round 8. He starts. Let me just move my notes down a little bit. Round 8. He starts A, solo site. They say B. He needs to at least try to take space or see what's going on A main before he rotates. He could have had all of main into their spawn while he's AFK and Link. When there's a trap, Sova, Reyna around him, and Chamber Astra on B. Okay, so we'll stop there. Okay, I remember this round. You're here. Okay, just remember what I touched on. Just take the space. They're telling you there's a lot B. So just kind of be vigilant. Make sure no one's lurking up. Okay, I've cleared it. Guys, there's nothing A as well. You relaying this information, what is it? Strengthens their comm as for when they're saying they're going B. So it revalidates them at saying that okay, they are coming B when you do this play. So it's a little bit of a not a, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm kind of getting lost. But when you do this play, it helps them identify that they actually are coming B, because there are times where they start B and there's a lurker here and then they're just setting up a fake, stuff like that, especially at higher levels. But you just come, take the space, you don't hear anything, stuff like that. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And then you should have just started committing down. But you came Link this way, boom. Whether it was through mid or not, doesn't matter. You came over here. You'll see it in the VOD. This trip was here. Your Astra Chamber are here, your Sova was here, and you're just here AFK. Okay, so you kind of see what's wrong with that. Just take the space. Taking space is information. Getting information is understanding what they do, and then that will set you up to win the round. Winning rounds is winning games. Winning games is climbing. Okay, so they all add up, even if you don't think they do. They really add up. And then it was a 4v4 retake. He needs to ult or at least think about using it here in secret. Also, then they ended up going A. Yeah, then they ended up going back A. I sure wrote that. I don't know why I didn't write that. He needs to ult or at least think about using it here in secret. His decision making is way too slow. So like I was here, you're like waiting for your team to come. I was like, oh, he needs to just ult right here. It's like perfect if he just ults. Okay, but you didn't. And then the Yoru got his flash off and killed you and Astra. Okay, so just use your ult. I know you guys are on eco, but you could have won this round. It's 4v4, and if they're all stunned, set up here, like they're dead. You guys would have just ran out and murdered all of them. Okay, so that's that round. Round 9, they set up B. 3-man push with this ult. So this is the first time you use your ult. Round 9, and you had it like round 5 or 4, or around there 5. I'm pretty sure. He ults way too early. I wrote. And while I was writing this, you said it too. You're like, fuck, I ulted way too early. Right, so you identify that's a mistake. 5v4. They plant A. So we'll stop there. So 3-man push here. You just gotta wait. Just come, I can't remember if you were like, no, you came over here like this and used it. I remember, but just let them to kind of, show that you're a lot there. Then they come to fight you guys or they leave. Don't use it. But if they knew that you guys were you guys showed there's a lot, so they started kind of backing up, and then you ulted it. And remember that aftershock also pushes people back, so you gave them a little bit of a boost to get away. You gotta wait until they're about here, probably about around this corner, and then ult, stuff like that. It was a little bit unlucky. They did a really good smoke to counter your ult. They smoked here, so you guys couldn't really see what the hell was going on. They played it much better than you three, but so. He ults way too early. 5v4, they plant A. He comes back. Oh, so then I remember. So 5v4, this is that round where Chamber starts flanking. Where's this note? Sorry. He comes back all the way back from B main to spawn and gets caught slash stuck. He needs to go to flank with his teammate Chamber. So this is pretty self-explanatory. You are here. Your teammate was like, "Yo, the Sova was Art." He's like, "Yo, they're planning on A." I don't know for what reason why he's not taking space as well, but he just gave up the whole site. Like he's telling you guys, they're all A. They're planning. Right? You just decide to go spawn here. Why? Look at this distance you need to cover when you could have just went this way, and also adds an extra layer of being able to throw them off and kill people when you get to the positions where they are going to be. So your Chamber died here just running up by himself, but if you're with him you probably would have traded him, okay? And then your Asher could have been faster going down Art, but your Asher came back. I remember looking at the minimap. Your Asher came back to kill the Chamber, which was really good, and then came back Art. But if you were with him, he wouldn't have to ever do that play. He would have probably been already over here. And then you could have, after you traded him or whatever, you would have committed on the flank and more than likely would have got one more. So, depending on how you play it. But, you came from main right here. Your Chamber, you were going with your Chamber and you're like, fuck. And you just went this way. You got here, you went there, boom, boom, boom. And then for some reason you started panicking. Once you saw the Yoru, and then he was here, you just start tucking here forever, and they smoke it, and you're just like, you're not unsure what to do, or like you gotta press this because your Astra was over here somewhere, and you're just here while your teammates are just.
I was scared to challenge that because he had a stinger.
But the point is that you must challenge it no matter what gun he has, whether he's got a rifle,
Yeah,
Odin. You're doing nothing is my point here. It's like you're letting him do what he wants. He doesn't want you to push him. He doesn't want you to come across, but you just let it happen. You kind of played into his game, what he wanted, or whatever the smoke was supposed to be for. It's like maybe he was trying to fight you, but I knew right away when he went like this, he TP'd off. So you gotta just clear the smoke. Don't go into the smoke gun first. Come in sideways like this, and then clear this space so it's free and safe for your team. Okay, you're just getting caught with your pants down here, just doop doo doo, and then you're like, oh, he's there. I'm scared. And I'm pretty sure you had a rifle. I could be wrong, but pretty sure you had a rifle here. But
I did.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why are you scared of a stinger? Like, you should be deleting this kid if he's got a stinger. Obviously, it's close range fight, but still, like, rifle has a big advantage as well because you can.
I'm bad at close range as well.
Right, and that's fine, but we gotta not force yourself, but you gotta get used to taking close quarter combats with rifles. Okay, a rifle is not a long range weapon only. It's a multi-purpose gun. Okay, obviously against certain guns like Judges and it's a different story, but even a Stinger close range, they might get a little bit of advantage because of the rate of fire. But if you are good at aiming, you will instantly delete people even if they have a Stinger. So just go and fight him. Okay,
How do you counter like headshot flinch? Like say someone gets a lucky shot on you with like a classic right click or something, or like say they are spraying with the stinger and they headshot you and you get that big flinch on your screen. Is there a way to like?
No, there isn't. I mean, you just gotta put yourself in a position where you're not getting headshotted like that. But it's inevitable. It's a part of the game, right? So,
Okay.
it's something you really gotta. It happens to everybody. Everyone gets headshot flinch, but like you gotta be so, not good, but train yourself where even if you do, you can automatically delete them. And I've been there too. I've done that a few times. It's very rare where you get headshotted like 140 by the Phantom, and then you readjust and recover and kill him. It's quite hard because of the whole screen moving and stuff, but it's very rare. But you can't really focus on that. It's just like a little bit of like unlucky. Like if he just instantly deletes you, like what can you do? You just gotta get better and have better positioning and a little bit better of aim mechanics to just instant delete. When I mean instant, I mean instant deletion. The time of kill in this game is really low. Okay, it's really, this game is super fast. When you watch pro plays, even when I watch pro plays, I'm like, bro, it was a 5v5 entry, and like it's like a 1v1 in like 5 seconds. But obviously in ranked, it's different. It takes time. A 5v5 entry turns into like a 3v3, 2v2. But in pro play, it's like, bro, 5 seconds, it's a 1v1. Like the trading is so fucking fast. Sometimes hard to keep up. So in this game, you must. Yeah, go ahead.
Probably should watch pro play. I've never
Probably.
I don't watch VCT. I don't watch any of that.
Yeah, then you should, because it's not that I'm saying watch them to adopt, like copy them, but it's to see what the 0.01% of players play like. That way you can kind of have a feel of what it is to be the best and how far you are not in a bad way, but where you are in your terms of skill as well, right? Because
Yeah.
a person that looks at pro play versus a person that doesn't. Okay, the person that does look at pro play, he's gonna be a little bit more objective of where he is. He's like, oh my god, the pros are this good. I'm still far away. But a guy that doesn't look at pros play, he might be like being subjective about it. Oh, I'm so good, man. I'm in diamond, bro. Because he doesn't understand what it is to be at the top echelons of Valorant. So you should definitely watch pro play and Radiant streams. Okay, there's a lot of funny, super enjoyable Radiant players that stream. Okay, it's not just boring, sweaty, watching them just grind. Okay, it's not what it is. They're really entertaining. So that's why I like to watch those guys like Eggster, Shanks, Psalms. Those guys are super jokes. So they're really enjoyable when you watch like Sinatra, right? So and these guys are like still considered top of NA pool. Maybe not the world, but in NA they're still considered really, really strong. So let's move on from that point. Just going on that point, you kind of know. Just even if you die, just go and fight him, okay? Because you're gonna learn from you dying here. Okay, you're gonna understand. Oh fuck! I should have just kind of sliced the pie before I should have just fully swung him. Stuff like that. You're gonna learn from these fights. Okay, that's the whole. I'm not trying to make you force you to do these fights, but like it just doesn't. It's silly to me that you're letting this Yoru just control all of this when you're by yourself and your team is past this point already. You need to catch up and strengthen numbers and go. Ally up with your team, really group up with them. So it's your duty to make sure you kill this guy or make sure he's has left or whatever it may be. Okay, I'm not saying run it down with your knife, but you kind of get what I mean. Like go and force yourself, not I shouldn't say force, but go and make these take these fights. Okay, so you become a better player. Like you said, you're like, oh man, I'm so bad at close quarter combats. Yeah, it's because you're probably not taking enough of them and learning from them. You gotta get out of your comfort zone in Valorant. You can't just keep doing things that are subjective, as in, oh, it works and it's been working, I'm gonna keep doing it. Okay, you gotta be objective. Okay, I suck at flicking or micro, not you, but the person is like, I suck at micro adjusting, flicking, my aim is a 2 out of 10. Okay, once he's objective, he's gonna start working on that. But once you shy away from that, like, it's bad, but whatever, man. I'm just born this way. It's never gonna improve. So start making mistakes. I tell all my students, you must lose. You must lose fights, games, rounds for you to learn and get better. If you do not do that, you're gonna stay the same. And I know that you don't want to stay the same. You want to improve and become at least somewhat, close to immortal one day, right? I'm sure that's your goal.
Yeah.
That's almost everybody's goal that I've coached. They're always like, I want to be immortal. I'm like, what are you doing to get to immortal? They're like, nothing. I'm good. It's like, bro, okay, you're not gonna get immortal, right? Obviously, that's just an example, but
See, I don't mind losing.
Yep.
But how I feel is I play a lot of Call of Duty, and in Call of Duty, like, you don't really use rifles at
Right.
close range.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like when I'm close range, I'll be using
Right.
like Spectre, Stinger, Shotgun.
Yep. And that does make sense logically, right? An SMG is better at close range guns, right? Logically, right? Like its sole purpose is for us close to mid range weapon fight, and rifles are as well. But we gotta kind of get away from that, as in this is Valorant. The way this game is designed, it doesn't matter what gun you have, you can kill anybody from any distance.
Yeah.
Like I've had,
Classic.
I used
Stinger classic.
Bro, like that too. Like, bro, I've had the craziest rounds where I'll have a stinger myself and I'll 3-tap headshot, because you need 3 head at a long distance. You need to hit them 3 times in the head with a stinger to kill them. I would
And that burst.
Yeah, and you gotta control that burst. It's crazy, right? I'm not saying I do it all the time. It's rare, but I have done it where I'm just like 50 meters, like ascent, top mid versus bottom mid, and I just instantly delete him with a stinger, right? It's not more so the gun, it's you. It's how you. It's the user, right? It's just like in real life too. It's not really the gun. It's how good you are with the gun, whether it's a whatever.
I was
This type
right
of-
clicked mid doors with a classic from somebody,
Right.
like up like on
Yeah,
stairs. And
yeah.
I was peeved because I had a
Yeah.
rifle.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
headshot lined up
Yeah.
and right click.
Yeah,
Boom.
right, exactly. But there's some luck involved too, obviously, right? But it's really the user, okay? Back in my prime, like 2 years ago, I would use a frenzy. It didn't matter if it was 30 meters away. I could literally 2-tap you with a frenzy. Like these days, I can't do it, and I tell myself, I'm like, how did I even do that? Like, how was I so good with the frenzy? But that's just me practicing my aim so much that I got so good with different type of guns, stuff like that, where I really put myself in the position to be good with these type of guns. But just get used to taking uncomfortable fights. Okay, that's what Valorant really is. It's not taking these easy fights where you hear this guy running down B main and you know where he is exactly and you're just gonna swing and kill him. Okay, Valorant, the fights are always, you know, this is a rough estimate. It's probably like 50 to 80, 70%. These fights are gonna be super unpredictable. Like you don't know where they're coming from. You're unsure. You do not have any info. They pop out of nowhere. Whatever it may be. Just force yourself to get better at these guns. To get better at these fights, is to really put yourself in these positions, whether you win or lose, and understand what went wrong in that fight. Okay, you gotta really be critical in what happened. Okay, so let's kind of move on. It wasn't too crazy of a round. Like it's not like you did a bad play. I'm not saying run it down with your knife and try to fight him, but you know there needs to be some sort of a sense of urgency because they had the bomb down already. It took you so long to come here, and then the Euro just fucked with your brain where he literally did his job and he's probably not there anymore. He probably TP'd out, right? Because he's scared that you're gonna kill him. He's worried that he's gonna die, so he will leave as well. So let's just move on. Just force yourself to kind of take these uncomfortable fights. You'll become a much better player, trust me. And you're diamond, okay? It's not like you're a bronze, and I have to tell you where you're never gonna take these fights. You're a diamond, okay? You've got to diamond for a reason. So you know to excel and grow further, okay, you need to be able to take these fights because that's what a lot of the low mortal fights are. Super chaotic, super unpredictable, super retarded, disgusting close range fights where it's just like just some random shit's going on. So you got to be ready for those type of moments. I'm trying to set you up to be ready for those type of scenarios. You can't just shy away from them because you don't want to and you're uncomfortable. Okay, you got to go into the fire, like they say. Just put yourself into the fire and really test yourself, see where you are. Okay, let's move on. So I think we were around 10. Yeah, so we're on round 10. He can use his flashes way better, always holding on to them too long. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. It's like I'm not saying that you don't use them. It's just mid-round it could be a little bit better. Like it's just you should have probably used at least one sometimes, or you know when they're coming out use it, or you know on the retake use it. Sometimes you die with both flashes, so just kind of get used to just even if it is util dump, I would recommend not just dumping it uselessly, but you know at least try an effort in expending this type of kit and making sure it's adding some sort of value to your team. Okay, so let's move on from that round. Nothing too crazy there. Round 11 starts B. Chamber trip is down. He needs to tell his team. Chamber trip is down. He needs to tell his chamber. Oh, so the chamber was over here. This isn't a crazy note. It's just a little bit about your own awareness. The trip
Right
was here,
there.
right? And he was so wide that the trip was down. You'll see it in the VOD. You need to tell him, yo, your trip is down, or you go and pick it up, okay? Because, you know, I like to tell my students that a trip is like a person. He'll automatically hold us down. So, but you need to keep it up, right? So your chamber started walking this way and it was out of range, like somewhere over here. I can't remember, but you need to tell him, yo, your trip is down. Come back to the left or whatever. Come back closer so it's up. Or if he could not do that, as in he wants to walk up this whole side, okay, you need to come pick it up for him because you were kind of just here. And then I was watching. I was like, "Oh, he's got to tell him the trip's down." Because what is if it was the start of the round? He walked up. It was like 4 or 5, 6 seconds. But you have to understand the timing between here to here is very quick. It's probably around there or less. So if someone had decided to lurk up double doors, you guys are fucked because this guy would have timing both of you. So you kind of get my point. Just pick it up for him until he comes back or whatever. Okay, let's move on from that point. So, he needs to tell his chamber a lot going on. A main. Take space or rotate and help. He's AFK with chamber. You guys were AFK on B, just here, AFK. Okay, you'll see it in the VOD. Chamber is holding all of B main. Okay, he was also holding all of B main. There's a trip link, and you're also holding link. You'll see it in the VOD. And I'm very specific with my note takings. I make sure that, you know, it's detailed. So, you know, I won't lie and say that you weren't doing it. You were doing it if I was writing it. So, the trip was there holding link, but you're still holding it as well. You don't need to. You can play off the trip. You can just wait here and it activates or shoot it. You swing and kill him. I'd rather that. But you're just holding it. And there's a lot going on A on this round. You need to just leave him. And remember what I said with the communication. Chamber, I am leaving you. Make sure your trip is up on link so that way we don't get timing. I'm going to go help A. There's a lot going on. Obviously, you're not going to come like that, but you get my point. It's the thought process is, I'm leaving you, bro. Stay safe. Don't die, man. I'm leaving. I'm going to go help A. Your chip is down on link. Okay, so it's a little bit of a lot of things involved, but just kind of just identify the situation. They were just going crazy A main, if from what I remember. They were just like they're like trading out, kind of fighting. There's a lot of noise. Okay, so just identify. Okay, my chamber is here by himself. He's good. Nobody's B main. I don't need to be here. Just get the fuck out. Go help my team. Okay, and then I wrote He's holding all of B. There's a tripling. He's holding. Needs to understand when to take space. So, you know, even here when you're late, you should probably walk down mid if you see a lot A main. Just like I said, don't walk out with your knife, but vigilantly clear it. Make sure they're not here. Okay, I'm here. Look, okay, nothing here. Boom. Okay, come back a little bit here just in case they're off angle here. Okay, okay, maybe even clear it one more time if you want, whatever. Okay, and then tell your team, guys, I've walked down all of main. Our chamber has B. They are all A. Most like I think I'm pretty sure 95% sure they are all A. There could be one somewhere around the map, but you just tell them most of them, at least 3 or 4, whatever, is all A main and start coming behind them. Okay, you did not do this enough, and this isn't just a breach specific thing to do. Okay, taking space is an anybody can do, and it's a advanced concept that you must learn to become a mortal player. You need to know how to take
What
space.
if
Yep, go ahead.
what if I'm playing like a sentinel, like Cypher?
Yep.
Or KJ, where I gotta like sit near my stuff.
Yeah, like on defense, yes, okay, it's a different story. Cause, like, you know, for example, like your chamber was holding on B, right? He's a sentinel, like, you know.
Yeah.
But there are times that the sentinels do it too. I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying just do it every single round. I'm saying you need
Yeah.
to identify the situation where it's less likely they're there. For example, I'll give you just a quick example where you hear 3 main, and then your Astra is here, and it's like, oh, I hear one more R2. How many are there? There's 3 here, 1 here. How many is that? 3,
4.
4. So there's only gonna be
Meaning
one.
that
Yep, go ahead.
meaning there's at most one B
Exactly.
or mid.
Right? So you're smart. You can see you can understand that. So you understand now off this information, and that's why I tell you these small information adds up. You need to mentally keep track of the numbers. Okay, there's 5 alive. There's 3 A main. Okay, or they called 1 mid as well. There's 4. Now I have to deduct where the last one is. For example, if there was only 4 and they say 3 A main, 1 mid, it's brain dead. You just know you can just run down B main with a knife out and you're not gonna die because you know you're counting. So you need to make sure you're keeping track of that as well. I'm not saying you don't. I think you do a pretty good job of that. It's just you kind of have to add that with also identifying where the weak parts are on the map based off this information. So, you know, he calls him, oh, there's 1 R, like he's back here. He's like, oh, he's over here, R. There's 3 A main. You know, you kind of know, like, there's going to be max 1 here or he's on B main. And if you clear it, okay, and nothing's here, you kind of walk, yo, there's nothing here. I don't know where you kind of, like, in this situation, you would have to kind of really think hard where he could be or just assume that he's with the pack. So, you know.
And
Yep.
say I get the pick. My teammate is
Yep.
playing the stairs or Link.
Yep, right here, like Art.
On A.
Yep.
He's pinched an art, and we can
Okay.
just collapse on him.
Right, exactly, because he won't just, like, once he sees him here and he sees on the minimap that you're walking behind this guy, he's not gonna run out and fight this guy AFK, right? He's gonna wait for you to kill him. He might make some noise for you too and just start holding this just and just jiggle just in case the guy doesn't come too far down or something like that, or even reposition himself where he's holding this and he heard a step. He's like, yo, Breach, he's on you, yo, kill him, you got him, right? Because that's what happens a lot when you take space. You will catch a lot of these lurkers or stragglers off guard, or even the whole pack, as in, you know, there's 3 of them here with their back turned, you just come behind them and murder them. Okay, you kind of get what I mean. So just work on taking space. I know it's scary, you know, this is like common thing. It's like 90% of my students, they don't take space, and I ask them why. They go, because I'm scared, I'm fearful of dying. Okay, but again, remember what
I'm not scared to die.
Yeah.
I just don't know what I'm doing.
Sure. And I'm not saying that you are. I'm just saying most of my students are like that, right?
Yeah.
You might be different, but most of my students are like, I'm scared. I don't know. And it's a part of you not being sure, right? Because if I was sure they're 5 A main, you could literally run out here with a knife and you're good. You wouldn't be scared, right? So it's a little bit of making sure you understand. And I'm going to come back to the point here. It's like, actually, I lost my train of thought. But okay, so like most of my students just, they're scared, they're fearful, and they don't know. And you said as well, I'm not scared, but I'm just unsure. So if that's the case, you have to make sure yourself. You need to process this information and make the deductions. Okay, that's what high-level players do. They actively keep track of not only the number counts. Okay, they also keep track of where the agent is. Okay, that's a little bit down the line on more advanced stuff. But okay, if they see Astra here or you know, I'll give you a better example. If they see a Cypher here, they automatically know the other team is towards, like his teammates are towards here, because at the higher levels they leave the lurker alone, right? If a Cypher is here lurking, his whole team's not gonna be behind him, right? They're gonna be either mid or split 2 mid, 2 A, or all main, whatever it may be. But you get my point. They keep track of not only the player count, but the agents as well, and that's a super high level way of thinking. Yep, go ahead.
Say there's like a KJ pushing down B.
Okay.
And their team is on A, they have to dedicate someone to watching flank because KJ can't just
Right.
throw a trip
Right,
down
exactly.
and run away from it.
And then
Cypher can.
you know, let's say your chamber was on B, and you know whatever your Reyna was on A, and he's like, yo, 4A main, and okay, no, not even like that. Okay, I'll make it a proper sequence. Okay, your teammate chamber, this isn't you, this is your chamber. Okay, he's jiggling, right?
Okay.
He sees a Killjoy, let's say, for example, or a Cypher, whatever, a Vice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then your teammate says, yo, he might not see them, but says, yo, I hear 3 to 4 running it down, or let's say he's specific. He's like, I hear 4. It's 4 for sure running it down A main. Okay, like, and you're playing towards like you automatically know. Okay, you have so many options. You can walk down, take the space, go towards the Killjoy to kill him. Make sure your chamber is making sure he's not walking down, so you kill him and then come back. Or you have a choice to timing the Killjoy, because what's his job is to hold the flank, right? If his team's here,
Yeah.
he needs to protect this area. But if he's too far, you can, like, if it was a Cypher, different story, because you can put trips and be really far. But if it's a Killjoy, you
Yeah.
kind of know if he's here, his utility's too far, or her utility's too far for it to be active. So then you just make this crazy timing, and you make sure you look back, because you
Yep.
know she's there just in case she ran back or whatever, and then you're timing them. But you kind of get what I mean. It's like, off that small information, me especially, I'm not saying like I'm super good at it, but I can identify when I'm on defense and I see a lurking agent by himself. It's different when you see the Cypher with 3 or 2. Okay, that's not a lurk anymore. But when he's by himself, specifically by himself, I can identify that that's the lurk. The team is either on the other side of the map or they're splitting that site. So for example, if he's here, you know, I kind of know that it's an A split or whatever maybe. But if he's over here, you know, and my team's calling, they hear some A main, I'm like, okay, they're towards A, and I'll call it out too. I won't just be like, oh, there's a Cypher, and tell myself. I'll tell my team, yo, I see the lurker. This is the lurker. They're probably leaning towards A, and I'll tell them, take the space mid, walk down mid, whatever it may be, clear mid, right? Stuff like that. We're not gonna run down, but you get my point. Okay, so you know, don't just be, you know, for you, you're not scared, you're not fearful. Great, you passed the first point. Okay, but now you're unsure. That's why you don't take space. Make sure you know, okay, before you do it and why you're doing it. Okay, don't just. I'm not saying take space every round, because especially in diamond, you're in diamond, so. This is where people start learning and understanding tendencies. Once you walk down, take space four or 5 rounds in a row, they're gonna start sitting mid and looking for you to kill you. They're gonna be really patient because they know your tendency is to keep doing it over and over again, right? So, I'm not saying do it every round. I'm just saying, you know, in these crucial moments, it'll help you win rounds where.
Yeah, because even that one round can.
Yeah. Right.
Can win you that.
Exactly. It'll add up.
Yeah.
Maybe it was an eco and you did a crazy ass take space, lurk, and kill 3, pick up a gun, and you start murdering them, and the lurk came like it's a 4v1, and all your team starts picking up guns on eco. Like, you're gonna win the game off those type of rounds, right? They're momentum swinging rounds. So I'm not saying, you know, look to swing the momentum, but I'm just saying make sure you are making these plays that set your team up to win the rounds, and winning rounds equals, you know, becoming more synergized. You guys all mentally on the same level. Yo, we can come back now. Yo, right? You guys get on the same page, stuff like that. It's like a boost as well. So
what about toxic teammates that don't want to cooperate or like griefers and throwers?
It's nothing you can do. You just when there's people that don't want to cooperate, there's nothing you can do. It's just unlucky. We gotta really. But yeah, of course. You gotta just really focus on yourself, not like you, but what you can do, what you're doing, and just really just focus on you. Okay, like, you know, let's say for example you're in a team in a ranked game and 2 of them is a duo and they're not talking, they're not cooperating. Like, what can you do? You gotta just play with the 3 other guys and then just kind of play off the 2 other guys that are not talking or whatever. So stuff like that. It's a little bit like just focus on the things you can control. Don't focus on the things you cannot. Okay, because toxic teammates, people that aren't cooperating, whether you're being nice and you tell them to do something, they're not listening. There's absolutely nothing you can do. When they want to listen to you, you know, that's when you can kind of help control them or help them understand. But let's just move on. So where were we? Chamber is holding all of B. There's a trip link, and he's holding it. Needs to understand when to take space. Whiffs on the B long guy. Just has to take a second look. Oh, so this is when you came back, and this guy was kind of by himself.
Yeah.
And then you know, we kind of went through it. Like, you should probably murder him right here. That's my opinion. Obviously it's a situational, like, you know, whatever, like, you know, you didn't actually saw him or you saw him late and you had to come back, okay, whatever. But you know, on my screen when I saw you going on this, I'm like, he's right there, he's AFK. Like, you should have just murdered him, right? So you know, we'll work on the consistencies where you can
like
be confident.
I knew he was there.
Yeah.
I knew he was there.
Right.
I had my crosshair ready, and I just didn't stop to shoot him.
I don't think it's a panic. It's probably a little bit of a timing thing where you missed your timing because of the efficiency in your movement. the inefficiency in your movement, I should say.
Yeah.
You need to be efficient, right? Like here, and this kind of comes with mechanics as well. If your movement, your dead zoning was good enough where you came and you saw him, you just immediately stopped and just murdered him, you probably would have killed him as well. It's not just aim mechanics in this situation. I actually believe it's probably more movement based because you saw him. I know you saw him because that's why you swung again, right? But it's like a little bit of a hesitation involved, plus your movement. Like you should have stopped and just killed him, stuff like this.
I didn't even have to see him to know he was there. I was ready for it, and I still
Yeah.
missed him
Right,
twice.
right. Yeah, exactly. Like you should probably kill him more, at least minimum on the second one, right? And
Yeah.
you got
Right
your
here.
shots off first. That's the thing. You kind of I don't remember if it was an instant crouch, but I do remember you crouching later. But you started spraying him, and you know this kind of comes in with the mechanics. You know, just be calm. Don't panic. Just because yes, it's unexpected, and you know you need to kill him fast, but like I told you, you know, this game is not about shooting somebody first. It's more about precision. You could have took 140 damage from this guy and just instantly deleted him and won the fight if you were fast enough slash precise enough in terms of deleting him. Even though, let's say,
Yeah.
you know, you're looking here, you start shooting, you're 140, you just flick his ass, whatever. Right? It's a little comes back to our mechanics, and we'll work on that at the end of the session. And I can help you with the, you know, Kovacs playlist, Aim Labs playlist if you use one of those. But, you know, from this note, I will say though, it is, you know, I said it, your aim is not that big of an issue. It's not like you're going 0 and 20. You're killing them, but it's just body shots, right? So we need to get your skill set, your aim mechanics to a level where it's consistently headshot all the time. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think your crosshair placement is bad. It's just that you're panicking and crouching, so it comes down, so immediately it's immediately becoming body shots, right? You need to just be calm. Even if you crouch, have it up ready already, head level, stuff like that. But we'll work
Yeah,
on that.
like I used to play CS where crouching was like
I'm the same.
what you would do.
Right, and I had a
Yeah.
huge bad habit, and I still do somewhat because you know I'm a huge Counter-Strike player, and that was my first FPS. So you know how it is. It's super accurate and really nice to crouch peek like this and kill people. It's
Yep,
it's
yep.
easy. It throws them off as well. But you have to understand. And I had another student that had a problem with this. He was APAC guy, Counter-Strike, but APAC's a little different. They all crouch shoot like Primi. But what I was gonna say is we have to throw that out of our mind and understand this isn't Counter-Strike anymore. This is Valorant, okay? The mechanics may be similar, but it is different. Okay, there's no counter-strafing in this game. There's no spamming 80 and shooting. There's no such thing.
And like set recoil patterns, I had all that memorized.
Right. And Counter-Strike,
That doesn't exist here.
yeah, it doesn't, because it's more random. The spray is more random. In Counter-Strike, I'm lagging a little bit. I don't know if you can hear me, but Counter-Strike, it's
Yeah, I
like,
can.
it's, you know, you can get it down to a T. Even me, when I go back, I haven't played in years, but no, I play like maybe twice a year. But when I play, like I just my spray is so crazy because we've played it so much. We understand. We've memorized it. We can kind of know. But in Valorant, the sprays are so it's just so fucking random. Like it's not set in stone. Okay, they made it more randomized, and that's why you see a lot of random shots where you're spraying somebody and it's not even accurate, but the bullet. Oh, this always happens.
Oh,
This always happens when you're in the lobby for too long. But yeah, we're almost done, anyways. But let me just get back into it. So, but yeah, you know we can talk about Counter-Strike all day, but we understand like it's you know it's a different game. That's all I'll say about it. It's a different game. I'm not saying that you can't take mechanics from there and cross it over because it does work. Like look at APAC.
like Chaos Flash.
Right.
Chaos Flash is exactly the same.
Right, exactly. Like, or even just movement. Let's not even look at utility or aim. Like, you can be a crouch peeker, and this is one thing I'll tell you. Okay, it's okay to crouch peek, or crouch swing, or whatever, or be a crouch shooter, but don't use it until you're around Ascendant 3 plus. Okay, because you can understand.
Okay.
Okay,
See,
and I'll explain
yeah,
why.
I try to crouch.
Yeah, you
I
get
try to crouch
instantly
and I get
deleted.
one tapped.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and I'll explain why. Is because in diamond level, even in ascendant level, mid, low ascendant, it's kind of the same bracket. So it's similar, but and this is why the pros. If you watch pro play, I know you don't, but if you start watching them, they actually are crouch shooting quite a bit in pro play because they understand they're trying to meta the opponents because they know these guys are the 0.001% of the world in terms of Valorant. Their crosshair placement is going to be immaculate, right? Wherever they go, wherever they flick, it's always going to be head level. So that's why they do it, to
They're not
throw them off.
intimidating,
And I'll kind
they're
of show it
stupid.
in terms of
Big
like,
difference.
so I can
My ult's
show
ready.
it to you. Okay.
I do learn better visually too.
Me too. I'm not really of an audio learner. I'm more of a experiencing type of learner. I need to see it and experience it. So, okay, so let's say, for example, this is head level, right? This is head level, right?
Yep.
Okay, your elo right now is probably around here, neck to top body level. So when you crouch, okay, you're just lining up to their crosshair, right? But when it's up here and you crouch, and the enemy's looking like that, they need to adjust back down. Not that far, but you get what I mean. It throws them off. They have to come back down. Where Valorant is really a vertical game. It's not a horizontal game. Sorry, it's not a vertical game. It's very horizontal movement, like this. You don't see a lot of like Overwatch type of mouse movement. So that's why they're people with really good crosshair placement. It's really horizontal. You just have to really keep moving it well horizontally, stuff like that. But your level is on the neck, not headshot level, neck to the shoulder area. So or even worse, so when you crouch, you're lining up, right? So I say use this when it's on a level where everyone's crosshair placement is automatically head level. So when you crouch, okay, they have to come slightly lower and it'll throw them off, and you immediately can react faster, stuff like that. So that's the difference. I'm not saying you can't use it. Because my other APAC guy was like, can I never use it? I'm like, no, I think you can use it. I'm like, I use it too, but understand when you can use it as well. Use it at the higher levels. Do not use it now. Leave it in the back burner for now. But really work on this movement for now, because their crosshair placement is so low, or low enough where even if you swing them like this, you're gonna be able to delete them, even if you're body shotting them or whatever. But obviously you need to just instantly swing, dead, swing, dead, swing. You get my point? Because if you just fight this guy and go like this, like you're just dead. These guys are so bad where they're just like the crosshair is already on your head when you crouch.
I'm also bad at controlling recoil, and I rush my shots a lot. So then my recoil goes really
right.
I can't control
the spray just goes crazy, and I kind of saw that, but it wasn't too bad. Like some of my students, it's really bad. Like if you take yours as bad, you haven't seen anything. Like they'll crouch and they're just like dead, like shooting. Like I'm like, bro, what the hell? We gotta work on that. But you're more like it's still in the general area, so it just needs a little fine tuning, and that's why I tell you that your aim is not the issue. Okay, that's the easy stuff to get up. Okay, it's more your positioning and just awareness and the situational awareness, processing information, deduction of players, deduction of agents. That's what because you're a diamond player. Okay, if you want to break through ascendant to low immortal, and you can, I know you can, you have potential to, because you're already diamond, you're so close. You're actually not that far as you may think. Okay, and the skill bracket is not that much different. Okay, this bracket you are in right now, up until probably like Ascendant 2 is the same bracket. So you're almost there. Okay, it's just we need to fine tune these smaller things that really, really add up. And I'll explain it to you like this so you can understand maybe a little bit better. And it's traditional sports, okay? UFC or even in esports, okay? The top the top player, the best player in the world versus, even a professional that's like a top 500 player, okay? The edge is so small. It's like a 2%, 3% edge. Even in traditional sports, like, for example...
That's...
Yeah, go ahead.
That edge is still an edge.
Right, but that edge makes up from you going from being a top 500 that 2% makes up you being a top 500 player to being the best in the world. You kind of get what I mean? Like, so we got to increase our edge over and over, because you're not in mid levels. I don't consider diamond really, like maybe mid levels, but you're towards the higher the higher ascendant levels, like the higher mid levels. So it's time to start working on our edge. Aim starts dropping off. Okay, so obviously your aim still needs work, but let's start working on everything else that's important. Positioning, utility usage, our game sense, overall mental game, staying locked in. And I think you do have a really good time with that. Like, you don't get really tilted, you don't get thrown off that you're losing, stuff like that. You're still trying really hard, so that's important. A lot of my students do not have that in them, and I have to break them down and really work them back up. But you're already off on a pretty good baseline. It's just we gotta refine, increase the edge on every category. And I know there's 5 categories, I tell you, but there's subsections with those categories. It's super more complex than just these categories, so there's a lot involved. So let's really start being hard on ourselves. Be hard on yourself. Don't just be subjective. Like whatever, my team unlucky, retarded teammates, toxic, whatever. Okay, be objective. Fuck, bro, I should have just walked down. I'm lagging a bit, but I should have walked down here and got 2, and I saw 2, and I just whiffed. I couldn't kill, and they just killed me. Like, fuck, that's on me. I should have won that round for my team.
See, I start doing that, and then I get lost in what's going on in the middle.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying like be really deep in it mid to mid rounds, but just briefly be like fuck, or maybe write it down if you have trouble, and just do it at the end of the game. Go every round like we did and just break it down. Okay, fuck, man, this was bad, this was good, this was bad, right? So, but me and if you watch the Radiant players, and I hope you do, you'll see it, okay? And this is why they are pro. This is why they're the best players in the world, okay? You watch Exter. Anytime you watch Exter and he's in a game, close game, bad game, stomping them, getting stomped, doesn't matter. Whenever he dies, he tells himself, and he's so hard on himself. I don't even know why he's this hard. He'll just start swearing. He's like, "Fuck, man, that's on me, bro. Like, I should have got this guy. Fuck, man, he swings like that. Like, what the fuck?" Like, he's trying to break down what happens. Okay, he's really, really being critical, and while he's dead, he's playing back what's going on, what he could have done better, stuff like that. So, you know, I'm not saying just be in your head for 15 minutes, being like, fuck this and that. Okay, it needs to be brief. Okay, I lost this fight, for example. Let's say you swung here and he was ready for you. Like, fuck, okay, he was ready for me. Maybe I should have waited a little bit. Maybe I should have sliced the pie. Maybe I should have just jump peeked it, right? You start going through all these little things and then move on. And then maybe come back to it at the end of the game. Okay, this round was super big. I should not have died here. It lost us the game. Stuff like that. You get what I mean? So don't get so deep into it where you're lost in the sauce. You don't know what's going on in the game. Just be brief. Okay, fuck. Okay, like, and just mental, you know, a lot of people are different, but for me, I can kind of just remember such mental image what happened, and be like, okay, fuck, I played that poorly, fuck, and then just move on, just get focused and just don't do that mistake again, and just keep moving on to the next round. And but I would recommend, if you cannot do that, like briefly during rounds or while you're dead, just do it at the end. Just write it down, write what happened, or record or rewatch your VOD, whatever it may be, and just really just be critical on the situation, not the result. Okay, just because you killed him does not mean that you did a good job. You may have gotten lucky, or he played it bad. So be objective about these scenarios and really be hard on yourself. I'm lagging super hard. I don't know why, but okay, let's move on. We're almost done, anyways. Should we do? Okay, so round 12. This is the last round on defense. They start 3B. Jet kills one. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know why my internet is like this lately. It's retarded. It's been like this for 1 week, and before it was perfectly fine.
Feel that.
I hate when this happens.
I'm Etherneted.
Okay,
and I
yeah.
still have poo-poo internet.
Yeah, I'm not, so maybe I should, but my ISP is usually really good. I think they're having problems with my modem. I should reset it. But anyways, okay. They start 3B. I'll reset after this session. Jet kills one. They start 3B. Jet kills one. He gets the trade on tight angle. So the Jet killed one of your teammates. That's what I meant, because you didn't have a Jet. And then remember, you killed this guy here like this. You were like here, and you killed this guy. Remember that? Round 12. He gets the trade on.
Jet was knifed, and I killed her through the middle of the pillar slightly.
Yeah, like it was on this side, I remember, and he killed somebody here. It doesn't matter. You killed him. That was very great. I like that trade. He gets a trade on tight angle and just starts panic whiffing and moving too much while fighting. So I think I can't remember exactly where. For this round, for some reason, I should have been a little bit more specific. But
I was in the middle of sight, holding the center of the
Right
pillar
there.
while aiming down with the guardian.
right here.
So like
Oh yes, yeah. I remember now. And then you were going like, pew, 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 pew. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I remember. So you know, we won't go too crazy into it, and we will do something at the end where you will practice, and it'll improve on this type of mechanic. Okay, just don't move around. Just stand still and just really lock in. Right, like you're kind of panicking and spamming while moving. It's like a Counter-Strike play. Okay, you're trying to counter-strafe him, but you have to stand still in Valorant. So let's erase the Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
I know you're a Counter-Strike player. I'm the same, bro. I had to unbind my crouch for 2 weeks because I was just instant
I was
crouching.
Legend Eagle Master in Counter-Strike.
Right,
I
so-
can't even get out of
right,
Diamond.
Right. But me, I was probably not even that high up. But it's just because Counter-Strike was the first game I played 1.6 when I was like 9 years old, and I loved it. So you know, that's always always stuck with me. It's just automatically in my adolescent muscle memory, I guess you can say. But you know, I had to unbind crouch for me to really move past instant crouching. Even sometimes I have a problem, right? It still comes back here and there. It's really bad, but you know, it happens to the best of us. But still, I would rather you actually crouch here than just take your time, because you're staying still, even if you're stationary. You get what I mean? You're just moving back and forth too much, and it just causes too much inaccuracies in this game, not Counter-Strike, but in Valorant you must stand still to be accurate. It's just the way they did it. I don't know, it's retarded. I don't like it either, but don't blame me. Don't shoot the messenger, okay?
Yeah.
So okay,
I
go
find
ahead.
myself taking too big of strafes. I still like strafing, but I take them too big. I should need to take them tighter.
You know, there isn't something wrong with dead zoning. It's called dead zoning in Valorant. It's not strafing anymore, but there's nothing wrong with taking movement with dead zoning, but you gotta make sure that you're standing still when you're shooting. You cannot shoot while you've gone like that. See, you see the bullet? But if I dead zone, it's always accurate. wherever I'm shooting, look, I'm strafing, or Counter-Strike style strafing, but I'm dead zoning. But if I move while I shoot, like look at the bullet, bro. Like it's retarded. It's going crazy. So yeah, that's that. We gotta, and we'll practice at the end. I'll show you. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, round 13.
Yep.
Run attack. Okay, so this section of the game was like pretty boring in my opinion. You guys are just kind of, and you know, you'll hear me on the VOD actually. Once you guys won pistol, I'm like, okay, that's huge. If they win the bonus here and the round will come up, you guys should have won this round. I do believe you guys could have tied the game, but you guys drew a 4v2 on the bonus. You remember that round where you went here to plant and died from the jet boxes, and you guys lost this round. Remember?
Yep.
That's the bonus round.
Yep.
So this is, you cannot lose this round, man. I'm not saying you. It's a little bit of your team too. I don't know what the fuck they're doing in a 4v2. Like I just, my mind's, they were not getting the bomb. Like I was just tilting watching this. But you guys need to win this round if you want to come back and win. And these are the things we gotta focus on. And you know, you made a mistake, but it's not that big of a mistake. It's a little bit on your team too, but you still made a mistake, and we'll get there when it comes. Okay, so let's move on. So they plan. So round 13. They do pre-plan, so this is where you guys were going crazy, like, oh, like, where should we go, split it, like, you guys were really trying to figure out where to go. I like that from you guys. And then you guys decided to go A, so you guys went 4A main. Remember this? Yep. That was a good flash and good kill on Astro, so this was a really good round. I really like it. You're ready. You use your utility well off your team. They're like, go flash or whatever, or you just had a feeling someone was there. You flashed, you guys swung out, you guys killed him, and then you got a really nice kill on the Astro. It was quick deletion, even though it was unexpected. You deleted him. I like that type of kills. Okay, it wasn't body, blah 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 blah. You just went boom, and he was dead, and you guys couldn't start. But yeah, so that was that round. Nothing crazy happened there. You guys won the round easily. Round 14, they start a lot B. So you guys, oh, this round was really bad too. Like you guys. I think if it was a little bit higher elo, the eco team would have killed you guys. Would have won. You guys got.
Yeah, because I shouldn't have gotten 3 with the Marshall like that.
Right. No, and it's not even about that. It's just what your team was doing. Like you guys were playing it so bad. But I'll explain. But I think overall you played really well. Like you were kind of bailing. You kind of bailed out your team in this round, in my opinion. Usually it's the opposite, where the team bails out the player. But I think you bailed out your team in this thing. But I will kind of break it down. So they start a lot B. You guys started like 4 or 5 B. It doesn't matter. He needs to use some utility for his team. Okay, so here, you know, we won't go too crazy. You just, you know, throw a flash, whatever, maybe just throw it somewhere. At least try to put some value where you guys can start coming in together with it, or, you know, use it here, and then you don't need to clear there anymore, or, you know, one guy can kind of hold it. Whatever, maybe just do something here with utility, okay? I'm gonna throw a stun. I think you did throw a stun here, but, you know, use it like somewhere else, maybe like back calls, or completely all of Link, stuff like that. Heaven, this pillar, whatever. Okay, that's not really that big of a deal. The next, this is where it gets really bad, okay? They trade out. It becomes 3v3. Okay, you guys see 2 back holes. Remember, everyone's like, yo, 2 back holes, 2 back holes. Okay?
Yep.
Needs to get the fuck out of here. That's what I wrote. Needs to get the fuck out of here. Start running with the team. Direct them. 2 back holes, 3v2. The risk is still there. Let's get out and go to the site where there's... Yeah,
I said that. I said let's fall back, but nobody was...
Right. And I remember that. I remember you saying that, but you need to be the one leading them. And repeat it. Just beg them. Guys, get the fuck out of here. Okay, there's 2, but let's leave. Obviously, the lurker came back and you killed him, but think about it this way. If you guys all left together and killed this guy together, even if you got 1, it's 2v2. This is free. Right? You understand when they lurk down like that, they've identified you guys are towards here. So they've given up this and taken the space, just like how you would do it. It's we got to think about it on the opposite side too. So, and there's 2 back halls. That's the main indicator to tell you to leave. And I'm not saying leave because, you know, you're worried. Well, like, you know, they're on pistol. You shouldn't really leave some of the time. But the thing is that, like, there's still risk here, right? Why not take a site where it's gonna be 3v1 versus a site where it's 3v2? Right, there's still some sort of, and this area is tough to come clear because you know whatever they got sheriff line, whatever, maybe it's like you gotta cross around. It's not like you're gonna shift fucking, they're gonna peek you, stuff like that. So here you need to identify, and you did, but you need to lead your team further. Guys, get the fuck out, follow me, come right now, be urgent, have like a tone where it's a sense of urgency, like yeah, like a sense of urgency, and show them, not by words, because this is something I noticed in my Brown students do. Okay, you know, when I'm in a second session, third session with them, and I'm watching them play, I'm like, guys, I'll be like, bro, can you tell your team to leave, and you start leaving? They'll be like, guys, let's rotate, and then he's just here AFK, just telling his team to leave, but they're not gonna leave when you do that. You must show them by example as well. So Tell them, guys, get the fuck out. There's 2 back halls. Let's leave. Let's leave. Dip, dip, dip. And you immediately start running by yourself. They're gonna follow you. Okay. Obviously, you kind of waited for the flank, whatever. But you get my point. Just identify 2 here. We're 3 up. Let's dip. Even if there's 1 flank, we kill him. Trade out to 2v2. We have a site for free. It's automatically free. They're just gonna run down mid. You don't even need to go the long way anymore because you know they're over here. You can start planning in the open and stuff like that. But here, it's so fucking risky. Okay. You guys were so scared because remember that question I asked you. What happens if we don't clear this and we try to plant, right? We're super nervous. We're a little bit uneasy. We don't know, right? And that's kind of what happened here. You guys ended up planning here in a 2v1 situation, but well, you know, it's a little bit different because it's 2v1. But even if it was a 2v2, 2v3, and you know, you guys didn't really clear up here and you just wanted to get the plant down, like you're gonna be super uneasy. Okay, you're gonna be a little bit unsure. So let's kind of go through this note. So that's the first mistake. Okay, just tell them, get the fuck out, and you'll lead them. Get out, rotate, just start screaming, rotate, rotate, or repeat yourself if they're not listening. Okay, or if they don't, just start doing it by yourself, so they'll follow you. Okay, he has thought. So I even wrote it. He has thought to, but needs to be telling his team to get out right now. So I even identify that you said it, but you need to tell them to get out now. Now means now. You need to go and run because you kind of sat here a little bit. Okay. Rotate, start running. Guys, get out. Let's go away. Come, follow me. Okay, be a leader. Okay, people follow people that know what they're talking about, or you know, are leaders. Okay, they're not gonna just sit there AFK and bait you. So the next thing is, he's got a thought, but he needs to get it out. His chamber is up B main. So also in the 3v3, the chamber was up here by himself. You guys need to match his movement. Okay, you guys were like both of you, not just you. Both of you were over here, and he was up, and he died. Okay, so chamber was up B main. He's AFK watching flank. So then, oh yeah, so you were actually watching flank while he was doing this, which you need to identify. If he's walking up, you need to go with him. But you know, maybe you had a sense that the guy's coming, or you're just kind of holding it just in case. I would probably put that blame.
So I was at pillar watching halls, and then his trip went off. So
yeah. You're right. Yeah. So that was fine. I would probably put this blame more on this guy. Like, I don't know what he's doing. This guy, your chamber's right there, and he's just like playing with his cock. Like, you're watching flank, great, I love that, that's fine. Like, trip goes off, you look, it's fine. Like, I don't know what the hell this guy's doing, but you know, we're not really focused on him. So fine, it's fine. It was fine. You got really good key information that he was flanking, and you killed him too, which was great. Okay. So I wrote he's AFK watching flank. I shouldn't write AFK watching flank because I realize now that the trip did go off, yeah, and then you guys were going flank. So you were watching the flank after it trips. You kill the flank, great. 2v2. You and this bird over here, and then it turned into a 2v1. He or you killed somebody here. I can't remember who it was. And then you guys both, and I wrote they plant for sight, but both go long. And you can kind of see what's wrong with this. Okay, I would probably rather you plant here and then start pushing together, or try your very best to plant here. Like,
yeah, see,
tell him, yo, I'm gonna plant long, and tell him to come here and watch this, because you know he was
I have a
over here.
habit of planting in only
Yeah.
either that corner,
This corner,
or
Right
for
there.
long.
Yep.
And whenever I'm unsure, I will plant in that corner instead of for long,
Right,
no
right,
matter
right,
what.
right.
I don't know why I do it. I just do it.
And I'm not saying plant for long mindlessly when you know he's there, okay? Because you know you can die, obviously, right? You can spam the box, you can see. I'm just saying, you know, add a little coordination as in, yo, let's plant for long, or okay, if you're gonna plant
Right
here,
there.
you plant
Right
and you
there.
guys try your best to get to back halls, because that's why they plant
Right
here,
there.
is so they can secure back halls and stay in back halls. So if you're gonna plant here, just, you know, even if you had a flash, maybe just flash it and he's not out, he's blind, and just start running across, set up position where you're right here, and just start jiggling. Oh, he's not out yet. Oh, he's right there. He starts shooting at you, whatever. Okay, but you get what I mean. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. I think it's fine. If you guys are being aggressive, as in still holding it and just both here AFK holding this guy, but you guys, the problem here is you guys plant here, you guys both started running over here, like you're never, and you guys almost lost the round. Okay, you guys won the round, but like you guys, I told the stream, I'm like, you guys probably at a higher level, you guys lost this round. Okay, like you guys played it really poorly together in a 2v1. Okay?
Yeah.
So we understand that. Okay, if you want to plant for long and go line, tell them, yo, let's come plant for long, come help me, hold it, I'm gonna plant, and then we come back. You know, if we're gonna plant for sight, okay, go back halls. Tell him, go back halls, or you both swing, he's not out, tell him, go back halls, I'm gonna plant for you, and you plant for him, and you come long as well here, so that way you can have his come out, or he has your whatever it may be. But you kind of get my point. Nothing crazy there. It's just that's probably the second mistake. First mistake is just identifying understanding what's going on in this situation. Just get the fuck out, bro. Just leave. If you guys went together and killed this guy, you guys would have just knife out, ran down mid, because you know they're both backhauls at this point, and just plan in the open and set up. One guy can be an aggressive, whatever, maybe it's a self situation, but you get my point. And then I wrote, they plant for sight, but both go long. Bomb gets tapped. He had stun and aftershock, doesn't use it, so that's probably your third mistake. The jet came and tapped. You had everything. Just you could have just done this, or just done this. But you died. Remember, you died. So
Yeah, I didn't have my aftershock. I used my aftershock. I had my stun and I had my.
I don't know how accurate that is, because I wouldn't have wrote that if that's the case, because I remember looking at all your utility. I'm pretty sure whether you did or not, you still had flash then. If you say you didn't,
Yeah.
you still had flash. But
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I'm pretty sure you had aftershock. So you know, I could be wrong, but I'm like 90% sure you had it. So just just use it, bro. Okay. Like just 2v1, just kind of just deter him. He's probably low too. The jet was fighting a lot, so it's not like he's gonna be 150 HP. So just kind of use it, stuff like that. Okay, we'll move on. Nothing crazy in this round. Besides, the main mistake is just identifying the situation. That's it. I don't really care about you guys planning here or whatever, but just identify what the hell's going on. You guys are 3v3.
Yeah, it's a bad play planning in the corner and then just playing somewhere
Probably.
where that wall is not wall bangable at all, and
So
they have the advantage.
I agree with that too, but I'm mainly really looking at the game sense part of this round, where you need to just identify that you need to leave. Okay, this is bad too, but I'm really more focused on you seeing two there and you three guys long, and you'll see it in the VOD. It's not like you guys identified it that long and that quickly and kind of just acted on it. Like, it took you guys forever to make a move. Then your chamber started going up. Like, you guys need to be not just you, but everybody, but you specifically. You need to be that guy. You need to be him, where you can identify this. Guys, get the fuck out. Follow me right now. Come with me. Come with me. Come with me. Oh, there's one flank. Oh, I'm gonna flash him. Whatever. Maybe. Okay, so let's just move on from that point. Round 15. Okay, we're almost done. This is 3 rounds left, and these ones are really short. Ult into A. So this is the second time you use ult. So round 9 and 15. So you kind of you gotta use it when you can, because you're getting kills, right? We gotta think about it like this. And I'll ask you a question, and I know you know this question. I hope you don't get it wrong, but I know you'll get it right. How do we replenish our ult orbs?
What do you mean?
How do we replenish it? How do we gain or the little things to get our ult up?
Oh, I thought you meant like how do they respawn? No.
No.
So essentially, if you're pushing for that, you take 2 people, you swing, clear that.
No. I'm just saying strictly utility. Okay. How do we get our ult up? What is the mechanic there?
Flash.
No.
You flash that corner. and you got the orb.
No. Not what we're doing, but in which ways can we get orbs? In which ways can we fill up our ult? Is what I mean.
Oh, okay. Kills, plants, ult orbs.
Right. Good. Right. Okay, that's what I meant. Okay. Maybe I asked it a little bit wrong, but okay. So we can get kills, we die, or pick up orbs, right? And that's what I mean.
Clove does. Oh, weird thing about Clove, she doesn't get points when she dies.
Does she? I don't know. I didn't know that, but bro, that's crazy.
Doesn't.
If she doesn't, that's pretty crazy. But anyways, like, our ult replenishes whether you die or get a kill or you pick up orbs. Okay, so this is my point, is that let's get used to just getting rid of it. Even if it's useless, obviously we don't want it to be useless, but let's say even if it's useless, like, just use it, because I had another student where it took him 20 rounds to sky ult. He had it on round 4, and he didn't use it for 20 rounds. And then, he didn't use it on attack, and then it was defense. He got it back up on, like, the 3rd, 4th round. He didn't use it again. Like bro, just fucking use, like, just use, not you, but, I was really upset with him. Like, just use it, bro. Like, 20 rounds is crazy. And you're not as bad, round 9, and then round 15. So it's about, from when you got it, whatever. But, still, like, you just use it. Right, you used it twice here and then over here. Like, there was multiple options where you could have used it and won the round. Over there, over here. Remember when I told you secret over here? That's 2 already. So you should have used it probably around way more than twice. You should probably use it 2. You probably could have as well used it more, because you're gonna fill it up as the rounds go. You're gonna get kills. You're gonna die. If you get a kill and you die, that's 2 in 1 round. Right? I think your ult takes 8. Right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Is it 9? Holy fuck. That's crazy. Okay, anyways, it doesn't matter. So, but you get what I mean. Just use your ult. It's not like it's like expensive. It is expensive, but it's gonna replenish. If you're a good player and you get lots of kills, pick up orbs, it's gonna plant the bomb. Okay, we forgot that one. You can plant the bomb, defuse to get orb, right? you're gonna get it back up really quickly. So let's just use it. Even obviously we want it to be as effective, valuable as we can, as in it hits 3 people or whatever. But there are times where it won't. So, but the whole thing with this all is it just helps you get on site, whether it hits 3 people or not. They're dead. Okay, if you guys run out or whatever, or they're stunned, okay, they're dead, and it clears all the sites. So let's use our alt way more often. Okay, I think on attack, you're probably a much better player than defense in my opinion. But so okay, ult into A. I roll could be a little bit better. Like if you watch it, it was a little bit not covering dugout. There was a moment in time where you came too far, and then you're like, okay, I need to fix it. Like I saw you do that, but you need to make a decision really if it's gonna be towards for art, like an art alt, okay, or a full site, as in full site like here. Okay, it was a little bit off. It was like a little bit like this, where, but that's not as important. Okay, but so let's move on. So, I wrote. He plants church. Okay, this is where it gets really fucked. Okay, this round was really crucial for you guys to win, and you guys lost. Okay, so you guys ult in. You, I wrote could be better. He plants church. You just immediately, your first instinct was to come out this way. Okay, it's not bad, but just you should have just went
Right
here
there.
immediately, especially if you're the one planning. Just go plant safe. Right here, just plant here. This is called a safe plant, right? You probably heard the term. Plant safe, plant in the open, plant for long, plant for sight, right?
Yep.
So I would recommend you, highly recommend you in this round, especially when you guys get on site like that, just plant safe. Okay, this
Right there.
plant is when you have art control, but you didn't have art control. Okay, even though it was 4v2, which is kind of, or it's like a 5v2, it's kind of crazy. But like they just all went back site. I don't know what the hell, and it was smoked. He made a good play. He updrafted the dash up there and killed you. But if you just
Right
planted
there.
here, you're just okay the whole way. So you guys would have won this round and probably came back and had a chance to win the game. But this round was super fucked, and I wrote, and they end up losing 4v2. Like I didn't know what to say. I was lost for words. I could not. It's not even on you. It's on your team, right? Like how did they lose this round? Like it was unlosable in my opinion. Like they were both art, so all they had to do is play crossfire and one guy play
Right
here
there.
and just play off each other. But I don't know. It's not really important. But that's your really only mistake. Just don't come here and just try to plant for church. There's no reason to. Just come plant safe, like a big chunk of the time. Another thing is you gotta just identify when you can plant for church and open or long or whatever back site now. Okay, so it's a little bit of game sense, understanding the situation as well, right? Like if it was like a 5v1, you could probably get away
Right
with it
there.
when your team has control. So remember, church plant really when you have this control is what it's for. This is for main control.
Okay.
And then when you plant backside are the times where you entry, you guys trade out. It's like a fucked up situation where their art or flower, and then your team's already here had secrets, so you guys kind of you start planning for backside to control this area. One guy's there, one guy's here, and then you guys whatever. You get my point, right? It's really depending on what control the part of the map you have. Can go the same way for B. Can really go the same way for B. Okay. You entry in, okay, you have a free site, you're automatically
Right
gonna
there.
plan here. Okay, there's times where you guys decide, okay, we're gonna take site and hold site. We're not gonna play off, or when they plant for long, usually there's still one back haul, right? So and when you plant over here
Right
for
there.
site, they'll put 3 people back haul because that's what it's for. They need to stack this area to make sure, and they'll have like one
Right
long
there.
maybe, stuff like that. But you get what I mean. You gotta kind of identify the situation, break it down in your head. So let's move on. Round 16. They start B. Sova drones down. He's got a judge. Uses stun and flash to get on site, but he doesn't push with it. He hesitates on the box. Could have potentially killed all 3. Remember this round where you stunned here?
No, I stunned. I jumped out
Yep.
and I died.
Right here.
Because an Astra was spraying me with
Yeah,
Ares.
but I feel, in my opinion, and I feel very strongly about this. I feel like if you didn't hesitate around
there.
here, you'll see it in the VOD. It's not like a huge hesitation where you're sitting here AFK for 5 seconds. It's not that type of hesitation I'm talking about. It's a decision. You didn't know whether you wanted to push or not. You're like, and then you went. Okay, it's like a split 2 seconds, but that adds it all up. You would have been here already, boom, and he was flashed. So boom, 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 boom. They're all dead. Okay, in my opinion, if you're really, really good with your efficiency and movement, pathing. Okay, so because he was blind for like whether he's half blind or full blind doesn't matter. He was still kind of blind where you could have killed him because he was whiffing on you for a while. You'll see it in the VOD. He was like whiffing on you for like 2 seconds. You could have jumped destroy this guy, instantly delete these two. And there was a moment where I was like, oh fuck, he's got all of them, but they just instantly killed you because just your padding. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
got double headshot by the Ares in the middle of that jump.
Yeah.
When I was about to kill the two that
a little bit
box.
a little bit unlucky, but again, we got to think about it in terms of not luck or unlucky. But if I did not hesitate and I was for sure knowing I was gonna push
If I was faster,
right, you're gonna instantly, because bro, from here to here with a judge, you're killing him one shot. Here as well, like here maybe not. He might take like 80 damage, but here like he's dead, bro. With a judge, he's one shot deleted, and these guys would have deleted as well. So you know, nothing crazy in this round. It wasn't too crazy. You'll hear me in this VOD saying like, what is he gonna do with this judge? How big is he gonna come, right? So, but you know, he came up a little bit short, which is unfortunate. But we need to work on this part, okay? I'm not saying you hesitated AFK'd. It's just you can see it in your movement, like you were scared. It was like a little bit of fear, uncertain if you thought it was gonna be the right place, stuff like that. But you gotta just go and just trust your instincts sometimes, because I think instinctually you wanted to go, but you were scared that you were gonna die, but you died anyway. So you might as well just go and just completely destroy these kids, okay? Because I do believe you could have killed all three, in my opinion, very strongly. So they start three. So this last round, okay? They start three mid. He needs to either start shop side or come down mid faster. So, okay, your first mistake is really not, well, you know, I wouldn't really recommend you holding the bomb. Or obviously you had to because no one was picking it up. But you're late here. That's the first thing, is it's a little bit of your pathing. Just overall, just, you know, when it starts the round, you got to be ready to walk down. Because especially in this area, it's a timing thing, as in these guys are trying to get in an angle advantage, and the top mid guys as well. You see that probably all the time in your game where everyone starts running here to get here first, right? So you need to identify that, and it's a little map knowledge as well, but you need to know that, okay? You had to be ready here for the wall to come down, or like the walls around here or whatever, and then you immediately walk down with your team, because they immediately walked down, but you came late because of the bomb. Obviously it's a little bit on your team too, but I'll explain why it's important, because you would not have died here. You would, and I wrote he needs to either stop shop side, so when they decide to go you should probably come start over here with them. There are times you do split, but I would rather you just kind of stay together when you guys are going down mid, because if you die alone here, it's fucked up for these guys. So I should start either shop side or come down mid a little bit faster, as in be ready for the barrier to come down, and you're already up. And then I just wrote use some utility on double doors or arm. So if you feel like he's gonna peek or something, just do this. Or you just don't want anyone to peek, you're just like, don't come out here, bitch. Like, right, just use this. Okay, but you need to use some sort of utility here as well, because they're getting ready to go. And communicate that, guys, I'm gonna set you up, I'm gonna stun connector, it's stunned, go, I'm gonna flash you in, call for the flash. Are you ready? He's like, nope, I'm not ready. Okay, tell me when. He's like, ready. Then you start using it, right? So stuff like that. So it's a little bit of a lot, but I think really the main thing is, like, you know, just be ready here. That's it. Obviously, it's unfortunate you had to go get the bomb and came back. And then also, when they're, the next thing is really, there's not too much around, but so when they walk down here, use your utility, right? But when they're holding that, you should probably get ready for somebody to come out, especially if they're making noise.
I was, but then
I understand. I'm just saying generally, like, you know, for future reference, just be really ready. Like, they're gonna walk out when they hear these two guys here, and you're silent. Okay, so that's what I mean by, you know, even if you split it, just throw a piece of utility to show some dominance, to show him, yo, I am here ready for you, bro. Don't fucking do it, right? It's a little bit of a deterrent tool. Obviously, there are times people are brain dead and still do it when you're showing the strength, right? Even if they hear three, because there's their ego or whatever. But you get my point. You can play it multiple ways. Show some dominance. Yo, don't fuck with me. This is saying, like, don't fuck with me. I'm here, right? If they contest you, you gotta be ready for that. So stuff like that. You could just use this if you want to victim them. Yeah, you want to come, you want to walk up, right? Like, he's not. He's gonna be a little bit scared, right? Or, you know, use an aftershock if you want as well. So, but I would probably save that for towards Link, because it looked like to me, like they weren't talking, but their intention, their body language in the game showed that they wanted to go up double door. So you need to be, and you know, it's in your name. I know you don't play Initiator a lot. You don't play Breach much, but this is why I explained yesterday to both my Initiator students. They're both playing Sky. I told them, because they had so much trouble just understanding what Initiator is. They're just trying to solo lurk on Sky. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, flash them in and then do it at least, right? So it's in the name, Initiator. You initiate the contact.
I was playing Breach to try and work on playing with randoms better, because he requires a lot of, like, team play.
Right, yeah.
But when I play with my duo, it's easy. We got Discord going back.
100%. He's probably, it's easy when your duo is a duelist as well, because he
Yeah,
knows what he
he
wants to
plays
do,
Jet.
and he just tells you what to do, right? So it's a little bit, but it's good that you're trying to get out your comfort zone and play breach, especially when you don't play breach, right? Overall, I think it's not like you played him bad. It's just it needs a refinement where you're fully understanding the role, and that's important. So understand, you're the one to initiate contact, whether that's on retake or entering a site. You play with the duelist, and that's something I told my other initiators too, is that because they were understanding that they could not understand. They're like, "Am I supposed to go in first?" I'm like, "No, you're supposed to
No.
help your duelist get in first with your kit. You play with the duelist,
See,
right?" So
when I used to play duelist, people would cry in my ear like, "Why are you not entering?" Like,
right,
for one, I'm Phoenix. Two, our initiators are just sitting there touching themselves.
exactly,
Well,
right.
I expect me to dry walk in.
Right, it's more complicated than you being a duelist and running in by yourself. It requires some sort of synergy, and if you watch pro play, it's all synergy, bro. Their initiators set up everything in this game. That's what I think in pro play. Maybe not ranked, but in pro play, the initiators are really the really shot callers in terms of setting the tone on what they want to do, whether it's defense or attack. Okay, so because that their utility is usually way more crazy, right? Like huge stuns, the Teo missiles, KO knife to suppress with the Molly and flashes, Sky Flash with the dog, right? Like a Sova drone with dart. Like their utility is just insane when you really combo it. So in my opinion, I believe initiator role is really important because you are some ways the leader, not the IGL, but you're the one that initiate contacts. Kind of is the one that helps your team move forward. So.
And the
Yeah.
secondary duelist.
Yeah, you're a secondary duelist as well as most, and I'm glad you understand. It's like and I told these to my students yesterday, that's kind of why they call it flex sometimes too, because you have to morph yourself into certain roles where if both your duelists dies, you're going in first, right? Stuff like that, or the sentinels or the smoke style, you might have to use your flash to not clear the space, but make sure that you guys cross around this space or whatever it may be. So you become like a fill role in terms of in game where you need to identify who's dead and whatnot and blah blah. But that's more advanced, and I'm kind of happy you understand that. We don't really need to talk on that, but yeah, like that. But you have any questions? So that's all the notes. Do you have any questions, things you want to work on, any round specific questions, stuff like that?
Let's see. Positioning, movement. We went over all that. We went over
Like anything you want to ask a question about, like fuck, like where is it better on B? Sorry, like where is it better on B? Where is it better on A? Or like when I fought the
how can I predict enemy movements better? Like how they're gonna strafe,
question.
how they're gonna swing.
Oh, okay. You mean by micro movement, as in how they
And then how can I predict where they're gonna hit?
Right, so okay, in terms of the micro movement, as in the individual person you are facing, how they move and stuff like that, that's all in anticipation. As in, I'm here, ready, no matter what, because of my crosshair placement, because of the information on the board. For example, if there's one here, and then one, or there's three around mid, or two on B, whatever it is. Okay, let's say this guy walks out a main. And he's like, guys, I cleared it. Let's say you jiggled it one time too, you cleared it. It's nothing. You're like, nothing be made, nothing A main, guys. And then they walk down mid as well, or the guy holding Link is like, yo, I hear like 3 running down B main or going towards B main, right? You can kind of be ready for that, right? And then obviously it's a little bit. Oh, sorry, I'm lagging a little bit, but
Well,
like,
I miss like the last 7 seconds.
oh, sorry. So, for example, like let's say they hear, the guy walks out A main and the guy on Link is telling you like, yo, I hear them over here shop going towards B main, right? Like you can kind of anticipate yourself or anticipate them coming. You can kind of get ready for that, and then okay, 3 people are running down. You kind of use audio as well, like you wouldn't swing when they're top there, right? You would swing when they're around here. So it's a little bit of that too. It's like it's not more so reacting to how they are, as in like, oh, they're strafing, so I gotta strafe or I gotta crush. Okay, it's more so like just overall information and just being ready at all times, really, for the micro stuff. The macro stuff I can probably explain a little bit better, like identifying where they're gonna be and stuff like that, but it's super simple, bro. Once I break it down, you might find it silly, okay? But let me ask you a question, and you're gonna get this question, I know for a fact. You're a smart guy. Okay, how many enemy players are there?
I think there might be 12.
Yeah, like, I hope you're not saying 12, but right? Like there's 5. Okay, so
Yeah.
that is the first step in understanding what they're gonna do. Okay, and understanding the more intermediate advanced concepts, as in, okay, for example, that one round where they were 3 A main and 2 mid, okay, you can just automatically assume it's an A split because you've done that yourself where you're like, right? Think about it in the opposite where when you call an A split, what do? And I'll ask it in a question. I know you know. So when whether it's 3 R or 2 R or 3 main and then 2 or what or 4 main, what, okay, it's a split. So when you split A, where do you go?
I usually will go through art.
Not you, but the team. How does the team take A?
Oh, okay. So you usually send either 2 to 3 people through one entrance and the
Right.
other to the other.
Right. They'll split it, right?
You
Splitting
split.
is splitting. So if you can
Yep.
understand that, then you can understand that on defense, okay? By just looking at the board and the information. 3 A main, 2 here, guys, it's a A split. Okay, it's really easy to deduct that, okay? You know, I can give you another example where and there's indicators, okay? There's a lot of indicators to show what they're gonna do. So for example, if they start 3 B long, okay, that's all the info we have. Okay, we're saying, yo, there's 3 B long, and they throw one smoke, you know, one smoke wherever, and you know they use no utility. They cut absolutely all the noise. You can identify that they're not coming in anymore. Okay, if they were coming in off that smoke, they would have started throwing the KO knife, a Sova dart. They're droning. They're throwing flashes, throwing a wall, Phoenix wall, whatever it may be. Okay, so those are the indicators to understanding if they're coming in, stuff like that, and other things as well where it's just common sense. Okay, like this, I'll give the specific example where Reina comes out here and dies, and they decided to go A. There's 3 of them A main. Okay, you need to now know that they're going A off that kill because it's less resistance. The attack.
Okay.
We gotta think about it on the opposite. How the enemy think. They know that we are not gonna be 5 on A. You know, this map is very spread out for the defenders. So we one person must cover at one point pretty much. So they understand once they get a kill, right? We understand if I was on defense, okay, they got a kill, they're probably gonna come in. Like they've decided to go A and they get a kill. It's even easier for them. They were gonna go A whether they got a kill or not. But once they got a kill, okay, they're gonna go in. So go in stuff like that. And there are times too. There's other indicators. Usually it's utility, but you know if there aren't being utility thrown, you kind of know they're not going. Okay, stuff like that. Or let's say you know it's a little bit hard for me to come up with an example, but let's say like they start a lot B main 5, they make a bunch of fucking noise, okay, and then you know they throw one smoke and then they cut noise and then or I hear 3 people running off, like I kind of know it's gonna be like a fake or like a re-hit, okay, because they would never do that. They would walk off, right? So it's a little bit knowing, understanding these concepts, like because I know that through how I play it too, through my experiences of playing these. That I know that on defense because I've seen it. I've used these type of strategies as well. So it's a little bit of that as well. You gotta really get a grasp on it on terms of you using it on attack, and then you can understand that same concept on defense. And this is something I tell all my students, bro. Entering, scaling is the same thing as retaking, even though they may be a little bit different because you're on the attacking side plus versus the defense side, but the concept is the same. You're taking the same fights, the same angles. It's a team effort. Okay, retaking isn't a solo retake. Okay, it's a team effort. Entering isn't a solo entry. Okay, it's a team entering thing. So it's the same, really same thing because you're fighting the same angles both ways wherever you go. The common spots, stuff like that. So you can really identify that by thinking how the other players think. Okay, just and feed yourself the small information. Whether you see one here or one there, you must keep that in your mind that I've seen them there. That will help you to help you understand their bigger picture. If I see the cipher here, okay, I automatically assume, boom, okay, they're towards mid or A, guys, okay, and then you know, let's say for example, you know, I see one here and then one here. I'm like, oh, wait, they aren't bunched together mid or A main. They're default, so they don't call it. Guys, they are default automatically. You can identify if they're default. One here, one here, one here, and then there's probably some other people just hiding or whatever. They're doubled up. So you can. That's how you kind of identify these situations. Okay, and it takes time. Okay, it's not gonna happen overnight. This is something I probably developed over couple years of me playing Valorant, understanding the concepts in Valorant, stuff like that. So it takes time for your game sense to develop. You must experience these situations, deduct it, learn from it, make mistakes from it, whether it's right or it went your way or you didn't. You really gotta understand what has happened and look at it the next time. And you know, it's like just being in the same positions over and over again. It's super easy to deduct what's happening, right? So okay, let's move on. So let's go in the range.
All right. Do you want me to go in range too?
No, 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 it's fine. I'm just gonna go in the range, and I'll show you. Okay. Do you want to write this down, or you want to refer back to the VOD?
Yeah. Let me get Notepad open.
Okay.
All right. Ready.
All right. Let me just load in here. Yeah, I gotta reset my modem. I don't know what's going on.
My ultimate's ready.
Okay. All right. So first exercise. Okay. Before we start, this is 5 exercises. This is gonna be your baseline. Okay. So
Okay.
just because I say it's 5 minutes each time, okay, don't stay with 5 minutes each time forever. Okay. Do you work out or play sports at all? Run, cardio?
Yeah.
Okay, so great. So you understand, okay, this is the main fundamental mechanic in weightlifting, bodybuilding, like bodybuilding, being like a, growing your muscles, stuff like that. Okay, you probably heard the term progressive overload, right? So
Yep.
we must, okay, aiming is not a mental thing. It's a physical act. We're using our arm, or we're using our fingers, we're using our wrists, we're using all these tendons, all these joints, our elbow, our shoulder, our delts, a little bit of our lats, a little bit of our neck, a little bit of our core, okay? Especially when you're swiping around like this and stuff. It's a lot involved in terms of muscles. So to get better aim is to grow our muscles, to maintain it at a certain level, as in, a speed or whatever it may be. But muscle memory, okay, it goes away if you don't use it, right? So we must actively tear these muscles until our arm falls off, recover, do it again, and then that's our new baseline, as in how fast we can swipe or whatever, or if the flicks, the muscle memory. Okay, so we must add progressive overload. It's such a simple concept that people don't understand. We must add this to aim. Okay, it's the only way your aim will grow. Okay, if you stay on 5 minutes for the rest of your life, it's gonna stay on 5 minutes. It's the same thing if you curled 10 pounds for the rest of your life. You may get a little bit stronger at 10 pounds, but your muscles aren't gonna look good, or you're not gonna be able to curl 30 pounds for the rest of your life. It's gonna be really difficult. So that's why the bodybuilders keep going up and pushing their limits more and more and more and more, right? And that way, they're 2 plates is nothing for them. It's like pancakes, right? And then they're going to like 300 pounds, 400 pounds, and it's fucking crazy, right? So, but it shows like it's not genetics. It's really how much work you put in. So again, last point I'll say before we start is Valorant is a game where you get what you put in. So if you do no work, you're not gonna get anything, right? In terms of even mental game sense, utility usage, movement positioning, aim mechanics, movement mechanics. So that's that. Okay, so make sure whether you've decided that it's once a week, twice a week, every day, whatever it is, everyone's different. You can choose.
I sometimes practice like 2 to 3 times a day, like on aim lab in range.
Sure, but maybe reduce that and increase the intensity. As in, once per day, I go 1 hour full throttle, 100% effort till my arm falls off. Right? But you say, geez, but that's what you have to do to increase your aim. That's what I do. I do 10 DD. I do 10 DMs, 10 TDMs minimum daily. Like that's like 2 hours of playing DMs and TDMs. Like, but that's what I need to do to maintain my aim and make sure it's getting better as well. So because these days I'm not so much on aim trainers. I used to do only aim trainers. So I'll tell you my old schedule. It was aim trainers. As soon as I wake up, 1 hour on the aim trainer, 40 minutes to an hour. I'd get in the range. I'd do this for another 40 minutes. Then I'd get in DMs, 2 to 3 DMs. Then I would start playing all day. Once I stopped playing all day, I would cool off, play like 5 DMs, 5 TDMs, do another session of aim trainers. Okay, that was my peak. That was 2 years ago, and that's really when I was getting to Immortal 3 all the time and staying at Immortal 3, right? But that's the work you must do. And I could give you another example, but it's fine. You understand it, so I won't go too deep into it. So this is what I learned from Wardell. Okay, come here, turn the bots on. I might lag, so it might look a little strange, but this is a precision-based exercise, this first one, okay? It's okay to miss, but don't miss. The goal is not to miss. Go slow. It's not about speed. It's about precision. It's about making sure you're instantly deleting them, okay? So, and if you do miss, identify it. So if I go from this head to hit this head and came back, that's an overshoot. I overshot or I overflicked. It's not a flick in this drill, so it's an overshoot. If I came here and came here, it's an undershoot. So identify when you miss, at least if you're gonna miss, okay? And don't miss. The goal is not to miss. So go head to head, point A to point B in a straight line. Also works on our smoothness in terms of making lines. So I'm gonna go really slowly for you. I'm gonna lock in a little bit here. Get my arm in the right position. So there, I still got it, but I came like this and came back. So you need to identify what I'm doing. Like there, same thing. So maybe I can wait, maybe not come back to it. Okay, this exercise is called left to right headshot or right to left, doesn't matter. But start left to right or right to left, doesn't matter. But make sure you can continue and come back. So if you kill the bots and they just keep responding like this, don't come back to it. Just keep going right and then come back to it later. So there, I missed. I missed there as well. But you get my point, right? So go in the beginning.
Yep.
Trust me. For me, when I first did this, I was like, "Holy fuck! This is such an awkward feeling. Like it's so weird." And it just took me a while to get it. Okay, but you really gotta go slow. Like, see, I'm kind of rushing it. If I go really slowly, I'll show you really slowly. This is how I used to practice it. I would make sure that my crosshair is on the head flush before I shoot. There.
What about programs like Raw Excel?
Like what?
Like
Oh
Raw
yeah,
Excel.
you should probably turn those on. Like, yeah, Excel is probably not very good for mouse movement, in my opinion. Most people's opinions. People don't play with it on. I don't play with it on. Okay, but that's the first exercise. Okay. Left to right headshot. Okay, we're gonna come over here. Second exercise. Okay, this will. Okay, for you especially, these if you do these every day. Okay, starting at 5 minutes and increase it weekly to 6 minutes, 7 minutes. Weekly goes up and up and up. Adding a little bit more exercise you find out on your own. Trust me, your aim will be immortal level. Okay, this is how I really got to immortal, by doing this every day, no non-stop. So okay, you really need to be consistent, and that's where your confidence and consistency comes in. Is your routine must be consistent too. You cannot differentiate every day. It cannot be different or less intensity and there's really high. Okay, it needs to grow and grow and grow. Okay, so that's the really main point I cannot stress enough in terms of growing aim. People don't understand that you're growing your aim, you're not building it up. Okay, you're really growing the muscles for it to be strong. Okay, so and maintain this level of aim. So there's 9 columns. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, this is called a 5-shot burst control. So I'm a Phantom player. I'm gonna do 5 shots. Vandal is the same. Why? Because I had a student, oh, Vandal, 4 shots, bodies kill, bro. What the hell? Okay, I'll explain why. Because when you're shooting bursting the guy out near the wall, because in higher levels they're closer to walls, they're not gonna be out in the open. Okay, they're not gonna die with 4 shots through wallbang. You need a 5th shot, so that's why I explain. That's why I teach my students to do 5. Okay, Phantom is 6, I believe, for sure, but it's fine. Phantom is fine. Okay, so we're gonna control it. Okay, let me just make sure my mouse isn't slippery, because this one is quite difficult. Okay, even for me nowadays. Back then maybe not as much, but these days it's still quite difficult. So I'm gonna try my best. You're my first student today, so try not to judge me. Make sure my mouse is working.
I don't judge.
Okay. So this is me not controlling it, right? Okay, this is me trying my absolute best. Okay, it's really hard. That's pretty ideal. I'll give, and I always tell my students, so this is probably, I'll give that a 6.5. Okay, there are times you get to 8, stuff like that, but whoa, I'm lagging, bro. What the? Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, that's probably pretty good. Looks like a 7. Okay, 5, but you get my point. So you can go left to right or right to left, or come back or switch around, whatever. But make sure that these bullets are somewhat unison. Somewhat. It's not gonna be perfect, okay? Because they made a lot of changes with the recoil. So back then, 2 years ago, like you could get perfect circles, but these days, like that. Okay, that is probably the most ideal. Okay, that's probably a 9, 8, solid 8. Okay,
Except the amount of RNG that probably went into those shots is probably
yeah. But you know, when I was
Yeah.
practicing this in my peak, these days I don't practice this too much. But this is what helped me get to Mortal. When I was practicing it, I was getting close to like that, like almost all the time, like 7 out of 10 times. These days I'm pretty quite rusty, but I'm lagging too. I don't know what's going on, but
I noticed when lagging, your recoil feels like it's a lot more.
yeah, I don't know. Like, is my frame skipping? Probably. Like, it just
Yeah.
it's fucked. Like,
Yeah,
my internet's fucked.
it's not too
But
bad.
but anyways, you get my point. Keep it somewhat close. Okay, that's probably bad. That's probably a little bit better, right? Like just really try to keep it together. Okay, and some of these are 4, so I gotta make sure I'm shooting longer. Okay, like right now I just can't shoot. It's fucking lag. You get my point though. Keep it close enough where that way, I can kill most stuff. 5 shots, 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 stuff like that. Okay, the third exercise, we're gonna stay here. I don't know why I moved away. Third exercise is a spray. This is definitely for you. Okay, this is a spray recoil control exercise plus our spray transfer control. Okay, so don't spray and then bring it down. Immediately bring it down. Okay, where you want it. And then start drawing a line. And just go back and forth, nice and easy in the beginning. Later you can add like a little flick to it, but just go nice and easy. Okay. And then maybe speed it up a little bit as you get better at it, whatever. Just make sure it's somewhat in the same area where you want it. If I want the line up here, I'm gonna make the line up here. If I want it down here, I know where I need to put my crosshair to meet the line. Stuff like that. But in the beginning, just keep it in the middle. Okay, this is gonna help where I don't need to put my crosshair on the thing full spray. I know where my thing needs to go. So okay, get my point? And also, it will help where you're all in fighting. You're fighting one guy, spraying this guy, and some guy just unexpectedly peeks you. So if I was fighting this guy, I just hear this guy, I just go.
Transfer.
Right, so this is a 2-in-1. Okay. The next thing, oh my god, this ping is crazy. Okay, the next exercise, we got 2 more left and we're done. So, you play with shooting arrow on?
Yes.
Great. So, do you know what they mean? The colors represent?
Yep. So the light gray is you're moving while shooting. Dark gray is more accurate. The higher the line is, the more recoil you had.
Yeah,
I am entirely colorblind.
You're
I don't
oh,
know
okay,
what colors
okay. So you know how there's a bottom 0.00
Yep.
and a top one on the right. So it's blue for me. Obviously you're colorblind, so it's probably gonna be a little bit gray. But it's like a teal color for me, and it's orange on the top. So the top one, you got it pretty much right, like 0.7 out of 1. So you know you got it pretty much right. So blue, the bottom one is movement error, as in when I'm running, not controlling. Even if I'm controlling it, there's gonna be error. So you see. You might not. Can you differentiate both the colors on the graph? Okay, good. So then the lower color, the one that matches the bottom number, that's the movement error. Okay, the top one is the shooting error. So if I'm standing still and I'm spraying without controlling it, okay, you see how it goes to 0.9, crazy, and then obviously it gets added together. So what was I gonna say? So yeah, that's that. So okay, so 0.2 means I'm 100% accurate wherever I kind of shoot. Not 100%, but it's probably like 95, 99, right? It's pretty fucking where it's gonna go. Where my crosshair.
The guardian. Those are 100%.
Right, but even if I'm standing still, it's gonna be 0.2. It's going where my crosshair is. Okay, so just remember that. Okay, so 0.2 means you're like at the most accuracy, like the highest percent of accuracy. Okay, even if we say, let's say it's not 100% accurate, it's pretty fucking close. So this exercise will help you understand, and you need this, where you swing a guy, you stop, and you instantly shoot and delete him. So this exercise is quite difficult. Okay, go slow. Okay, it's like rubbing your tummy and tapping your head. Okay, people have a lot of difficulty with it. It's a cognitive thing as well. So start at this billboard. Okay, you're gonna shoot here once and stay parallel with the wall. Don't. Some of my students are going like this. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Stay parallel, like you're like a real-time scenario where you're swinging somebody. Okay, so you're not gonna swing a guy like this and come back to him. Okay, so come to the billboard, shoot. Okay, maybe I could be a little bit more parallel, like a little bit straighter. Shoot. Come to this billboard, shoot. And then we always want to kind of land near or close enough. You don't want to be coming back here, okay? For you, I'm going to recommend 10 minimum each side, okay?
Okay.
So I'm just going to do 5 to show you. So we're going to do 10 for you. I'm going to do 5. But it looks like I'm moving, right? It looks like I'm counter-strafing, even though I'm lagging. But you get my point. It's 0.2, right? You see my shooting error? It means I'm swinging this guy. Swing, stop, he's instantly dead, okay, because of my accuracy. Okay, so once we go there 10 times, we're gonna cut it in half. Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like I don't get a chance to even swing enough before tapped.
Yeah, but you know, you will. You know, you gotta really position yourself to be able to swing, right? It's not really. But anyways, just cut it in half. Okay, so if we went from that billboard to this billboard, come to the middle now. This is your this pillar is the middle of the in between. So we come like this. Okay, 10 each side, okay? And then, let's say I did 10, we're gonna cut it in half again. So from the billboard, in between the pillar and now the billboard. I'm kind of lagging, but this is so annoying lagging like this, but okay? So we cut it in twice, right? Now we're gonna cut it in half again, okay? And have a little rhythm swagger to this one. I have 200 ping for some reason. Okay, look at my shooting error. What does it say? I'm not looking at it.
0.2.
0.2. So
Two.
this one is more for a long range fight where the guy is 50 meters away. He's pixelated, super small, but I'm adding enough movement where I'm accurate and he cannot kill me by keeping the crosshair the same. Because I had a student going like this. Like I'm like, bro, you're dead. Like he doesn't have to move his crosshair, right? Like you need to add a little bit of a movement, like a little swagger, a little rhythm. Okay, where you're just one stepping this kid. It's far away. Boom, dead. But dead. Okay, get my point. So that's that exercise. Really focus on the movement. Okay, it's not really about the shooting speed or whatever. It's the movement. Just your A D key, letting go. A D coming back, stuff like that. Okay. This.
I keep both the keys pressed down and just alternate between which one is up and down at a time.
So you press D and then press A to stop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Some of my students were like that, but I would recommend if you just press D and let go, press A and let go, and then come back. Because
I can't get down the letting go part.
Yeah, but the problem is when you press D and go A and then you want to go back D, like I have to let go of A, like what's the point of that? I might as well just be really efficient in my movement where I only have to press one key and not two key, right? Because that's going to add up at the higher level as well. Obviously, maybe not your lobby is not as important, but you know, higher level, let go, come back, like it's going to be fast. Anyways, okay, so turn these bots on. Okay, this is the last exercise. So this is going to incorporate our dead zoning plus our wall peeking mechanics as in a wide swing. Is it a jiggle? Is it a crouch peek? Okay, but don't worry about those now. Okay, only do the wide swing for you. Okay, and I tell that to all my students, not just you. Just focus on the wide swing. Get the wide swing down because you're not gonna jiggle fight people all the time. You're gonna wide swing a lot of people. So get the wide swing down first. Okay, so come to this wall. Stay parallel. Some of my students are like this. Stay parallel. Always stay parallel because we gotta train a real-time scenario where we're coming wide off a wall, stuff like that. So stay parallel. We're gonna dead zone, stop, and then adjust our mouse, come back, dead zone, stop, adjust our mouse, come back, dead zone, stop, shoot, come back, dead zone. If I want to go here, adjust after you stop moving. Don't adjust while you're moving. Don't go here like this to kill this bot. Okay, you need to stop wide and then adjust. Okay, some of my students were going like to kill this bot. I'm like, what are you doing? Like just dead zone, stop, adjust, come to this one if you want to go to that one. Okay, so this adds all of it together. You're dead zoning, wall picking mechanics plus your aim now with the adjustment where once you start getting faster at it, you're gonna see in real time in your games where you see this guy, you hear or see or think this guy's walking down close to you. Okay, you swing him, instantly deleted. He's dead. Headshot, dead. Okay, so you're gonna and then you come back to cover. That's why I always tell them to come back. You're not gonna stay here in the AFK and just start fighting. You're gonna come back to the cover. Okay, so dead zone, however long you want to come, but you know, try to mimic a wide swing. So a wide swing's about here, right, like around here. So just mimic the wide swings. Adjust, shoot, come back. Dead zone, stop, come back. Like I'm using a fan and I'm lagging, but get my point. Okay, minimum for you 30 on this side, 30 on, and we come to this wall. We got to work on our A key. This is working on our D key. So dead zone, stop, adjust, shoot, come back. Dead zone, I want to come to this one, adjust, come back. Whatever it may be. Okay, but if you want to stay close, real-time scenario is probably more closer. But okay. Oh, he's over here. I'm gonna adjust, come back. Dead zone, stop, shoot, come back. Okay. Minimum 30 each side, okay? And that's everything, okay? Obviously you can add like a little jiggle to it later where this will train a real-time scenario where there's multiple people around this corner. You're not gonna swing into 5 people. You need to
jiggle, pick one off,
yeah,
go back, cover,
exactly,
and
right.
reposition.
Right, okay. So wait, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so that's it. Any questions, concerns, stuff like that? Now is the time, sir.
Let's see. Dude, it's so hard to think of the moment. Sometimes.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, when we get to this point, I ask the same questions. Do you have any concerns, things you want to work on, stuff like that? And I'm telling you right now, like 95 of my students, 95% of my students just go, no, I think that's it, and then we end the session. But there are a few students that start asking the hard questions, and you know, I really admire that from those students and stuff like that because they're really trying to pick my brain, and I try my best to explain things so they can understand. But yeah. Nothing? Yeah, and you can always answer me too. If you cannot think right now, you can always DM me. I'll always answer my questions, stuff like that. I'm always available. Yeah. But yeah, great session. You know, I know you don't play Breach that much. I'm not judging how you play off this one game, okay? But you know, there were repeating mistakes, non-optimal decision making, stuff like that. If I were to really sum it up, really work on your positioning, bro. That's probably the main thing you really need to work on, and then maybe work on your aim, okay? Because your aim was a little bit weak too, and I'm not trying to just judge it off one game, but your positioning is your weakest, as in not knowing when to go, or you hesitate, or you're kind of lost, or read the map, read the information you're giving to add it up, know where everybody is, map pack in your brain. Okay, there's 3 here, there's 2 here, there's 3 on this side, 1 in mid, 1 in, okay, I know where everybody is. I can just run out in this spot with my knife and not die, because it just makes sense, right? It's just logical. Like, he's not there, nobody's there. So just kind of make those deductions, think a lot, work on your mental game. Okay, aim is secondary, and also do this every day. For you, I would recommend you doing this every day. Start for 1 week, 5 minutes each exercise.
Okay.
Then next week you go to 6 minutes, and you just constantly increase it, bro. In 1 month, 2 months, you're gonna, or if you want to expedite it, like some of my students, they're like, yo, I'm gonna do 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, go ahead, but just know that it's gonna be really tough. So you kind of have to make small baby steps too. You're not gonna go from 10 push-ups a day to 1,000. Like, that's almost impossible,
Yeah,
right?
you're gonna shatter your muscles.
You're gonna break your joints. Like, your joints are not gonna be able to handle, right? So it's all about, like, always when you forget, just kind of come back to that. Like, or it's kind of like muscle building. Okay, we just gotta kindly slightly tear it over, have a little soreness. Okay, and then we eat our protein, build it up. It's gonna be strong again, and then we keep building up. And then, I'm sure you work out, so you understand this. Where, let's say you haven't worked out for a long time and you start doing push-ups. The first day you do 100 push-ups, it's tough, right? And then but then you do it for 2-3 days and every day, and then you're just flying by. It's just boom, 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 boom. So you kind of understand that. So kind of keep that in mind. It's the same thing with aim, because it's a muscle. It's a muscle memory thing. It's not a mental thing. Okay, that's involved later when it becomes more advanced, as in hand-eye coordination. As in, I look at this head, my hand must follow. Okay, that's a little bit more on the mental side. But right now we're just trying to train our muscle memory and our strength in our arm, where the aim does not fall off. That's the problem everyone has. Their aim, they're like, oh man, like, it's just, I'll have one good half and it just cannot do anything. It's because you're not consistent enough, and the intensity isn't high enough where your arm is used to playing a full game at full intensity, at full potential. So we gotta put ourselves in that position. You have potential to be a mortal player. You just need to work on these things: movement, positioning, overall information processing, awareness, situational awareness, map awareness, stuff like that around you, and your aim, obviously. But that's really secondary. You got to work on everything else, because your aim will fall off once you hit a mortal.
If your aim's good enough, you can reach ascendant just purely off your aim, but you won't get any higher.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you probably would, but then there would be a cap. I tell my students, if your aim's a 10 out of 10 and all these other categories are ground level, like, your aim becomes a 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10, because you have to understand. Remember, I told you, I'm like, it's not about kills, the way you shoot somebody to getting kills. It's your brain. It's setting yourself up where, I know they're gonna rotate now. I'm gonna go walk down mid space and wait in this corner, and I hear, yo, they're rotating, and then I just shoot 3 people in the back. Okay, it's more of a brain game than a just, and that's what happens
But
with this community.
it doesn't help.
Yeah, go ahead.
If, like, say you have all that's perfect, but if you still can't hit a shot at like 20,
sorry, go ahead.
Then it becomes like
an
issue.
Right, but you get what I mean. It's not just, and I was gonna say, like, it's just such a common thing since I started coaching 3 weeks ago. Okay, I have not been a coach for that long, but this is like the common theme. Okay, everyone relies on their aim too much. They're worried about their aim. Okay, this is secondary to everything. They're just, and it shows in their gameplay. They're standing out in the open waiting for this guy to swing. Like, bro, you're gonna die. Like, especially the higher levels you go, these guys are instantly good, because they're not only using aim, they're using their brain as well. Their mechanics, as in, peeking mechanics. Game says, oh, I should not peek this. There's a lot of people here, stuff like that, right? There's more involved than aim. Valorant has become more complex. When the game first started, even 2 years ago, the game was not complex at all. Nobody knew how to do mid-late lurks. Only on Icebox they did it. No one did re-hits. No one did double fakes. But now these concepts are just so, like, people are gotten so good. People do re-hits on rank. Like, no one would ever do that. Everyone would just run it down or run one fake maybe, right? But the game has evolved a lot, so it's becoming more complicated with more agents, more pieces of utility stuff. People are getting better, so that's why you gotta stay ahead of the curve and not just practice your aim, but make sure you're up with all the new concepts, advanced concepts, things that pros are doing, stuff like that. Because pros really dictate that type of meta, the concepts, right? what they do, everyone else follows. So you gotta really watch pro play as well. Watch Radiance play, okay, stuff like that. Okay, but really great session. Let me know. We'll keep in touch if you want another session, whatever. We'll work together hopefully.
Yep.
But yeah, great session, and I'll send you all these notes. I'll send you the Twitch VOD ASAP, as soon as the stream ends. But the YouTube video probably won't be up till tomorrow or the day after. So that's that. Okay.
All right.
Good job, man. Appreciate it. Good session, bro. Take care. Good luck
Yes,
on your
sir.
games. Okay.
Yep. Have a good night.
You too, bro. Let me just send this. Oof, that was a good session. I really enjoyed that session. What the fuck? That was a good session. Oh, I think he's doing Breach, Pearl. Let's see. Oh, cryo. You see the four nation shit? No, what happened? Like, how many people we got in chat, by the way? Can you tell me, Sanji? While I just do this quickly. I haven't checked. I just wanna log in real quick here. And make sure this guy paid. I don't, wait. I got two people paying at the same time. You are Jerome or Jared? Okay, good. Gotcha. Can we Who the hell is Jerome Reyes? Who is Jerome? I'm so confused. So Cryo paid. Boom. Somebody paid me without telling me, so I don't know who this is. Okay. Anyways, I don't know. Somebody just gave me $25 without telling me, so I don't know. That's so strange. That's so strange. That's quite strange, in my opinion. Okay. Anyways. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let's see. No, I'm just saying like how many viewers I had. Let me check. I'm just unsure. Sanji, you are tomorrow, by the way, right? Oh, we got 10 people watching. Wow, that's quite a lot of people. I thought there was only gonna be like 3 to 4 people watching today. Okay, let's watch a video while I quickly eat. I'm gonna be muted. We'll watch something and then, or like a stream, something, and then I got about 20 minutes to eat. So let's watch some Tommy G. Okay, and I'm gonna be muted because I gotta eat. I haven't eaten all day. It's 9 o'clock.
50 unsolved strangulation cases that could be the work of a serial killer.
Dozens of women who were all strangled or asphyxiated. Their cases remain
Food,
unsolved.
so tasty.
Serial killer on the loose in Chicago.
I'll be muted. Ask questions if you want. I'll reply later.
In 2210, in a garbage can just like this, in this alley, 20 years ago.
Their bodies were found in vacant lots, abandoned buildings, and alleys, dumped in garbage cans, and some even set on fire.
Why do you think they specifically targeted your mom?
Have you ever been abducted?
Yeah. He killed so many women, he don't know how many.
Is there one of these killers that you think is doing the lion's share of the killing?
Yes.
In today's episode, we are investigating the infamous Chicago strangling.
Oh fuck, my mic was muted. I was saying there's one more session today, 9:20. Yeah, I forgot what rank he is, but we'll get there when we get in the call and stuff. But yeah, just watch me eat.
A killer who some experts say has taken the lives of between 50 and 70 women over a nearly 2-decade period, making this person one of the most prolific serial killers in American history. The killer's MO seems to be this. He tends to hunt primarily black women, many of them who are sex workers, and he kills them by strangulation after he lures them into alleyways on the south and west sides of Chicago. The question right off the bat is this: why isn't this being discussed more? Because I'm guessing for many of you watching, this is your first time hearing of a guy who, to put it in perspective, may have killed 3 to 4 times more people than Jeffrey Dahmer. To properly dive into this, we assembled a cast of experts. First, Mike Hammond, a retired Chicago homicide detective who has put dozens of murderers behind bars in his career. Next, Thomas Hargrove, the founder of the Murder Accountability Project, an organization with the country's most complete accounting of unsolved murders, and Thomas is known as a guy that can algorithmically predict with a high degree of accuracy if a serial killer is in your city. Then we got Reverend Hood, a pastor and community leader who has built a network supporting survivors of strangler victims, and Reverend Hood claims to have sat face-to-face to the guy who is the primary suspect of this all. Next up, Rabbi Ben Yosef, a community activist demanding justice for the victims, who takes it upon himself to bring us to some of the murder sites. And finally, we even speak with a family member of a strangler victim and with Chicago citizens who live in the areas where the strangler strikes. Let's get to it.
Hi everyone. Hey, Wagwan. ¿Cómo está?
We're going to meet a community leader who's been tracking down these murders, trying to bring justice to these victims and their families. In fact, we're very close to a murder site where a murder happened 20 years ago in this alley behind me, and we're going to look into that. How many of these murders are unsolved?
Pretty much all of them have been unsolved.
And how many are we talking?
We're talking 51 plus.
In 2004, Tamala Edwards was murdered right here in this alley. The killer strangled her, wrapped her up in a comforter that was then tightly bound with duct tape, and placed her in a garbage can, where she eventually was discovered. A lady by the name of Tamala Edwards was found in 2210 in a garbage can just like this in this alley 20 years ago.
Yep. The way how these murders happen is, as you just said, a graphic example of no regard for human life. To put a human life within a garbage can, to say, I'm going to do this to this person, just goes to show how horrific and how much an outcry and outrage there should be within the city.
What comes to mind when people say the Chicago Strangler?
I think it's more than one.
We believe that it's more than one strangler. I would have felt better if it was said mass murder, something to culminate that more than 51 women got killed.
There's certainly not one. We know that for sure, because the 51, there's 21 different DNA profiles.
We found that the overwhelming majority of these homicides involved women who were strangled or asphyxiated, and their bodies were left out of doors, often in abandoned buildings, empty alleyways.
I think something happens to wake that demon up that's in their crania. And once that demon is woken up, then it goes on the bend of killing women.
On the quest to build a profile of who this killer is, let's reference one of the most popular serial killer prediction frameworks, the McDonald Triad, created by psychiatrist John McDonald and used by famous serial killer hunters like Special Agent John Douglas. The three behaviors noted in this theory are obsessive fire setting, persistent bedwetting, and cruelty towards animals. This theory has faced pushback by researchers, but what it hones in on is the question on everyone's mind, which is if we can determine the common factors of serial killers, will we be better able to stop and apprehend serial killers before they go too far?
And they won't stop until that bend in their brains settle down.
Her life matters, that there should be closure for her, and that she should not be silenced because of this, that the community should rally around her because her voice has been silenced.
It's very strange to be in a location, the exact location that you know someone lost their life in a struggle. You can say whatever you want about her occupation, but she was another human living life, trying to make money and trying to provide.
Yep.
And to end up in a garbage can is such a horrific way to go.
Disproportionately, these victims are sex workers or have a history of using illegal drugs.
We go to great lengths to bring you guys inside scoops on a story. How sketchy would you say this is?
It's up there.
Miguel, sketchy rating?
10.
So is it common in your world to hear women that go missing?
Yeah, you hear stuff all the time, like this 30-some-year-old white lady that they found on Lake Cook Road that was like 13 or 16 weeks pregnant when they found her, but she was missing for like 2 days. And then it was 2 weeks before that, somebody else was found near the 5th and 6th row.
All right, guys, I'm back.
Killer
Guys,
right?
we got about 20 minutes. Just let me see some questions. Let's see some questions, everybody. This is horrific, though. I can't believe I was eating to this shit. Questions, let's go. Eight viewers. We have 8 viewers. Questions. Fly. Like, how is everybody AFK in this stream? What the hell? What happened? Last night was